All right. I should order something. The gang's all here. I don't feel like being alone, so this is where we're gonna hang out. I managed to get my lashes in order. Get them away from the spiky clown lashes that they were before. Now, what I really wanted to do today, after last night, is I wanted to make a new background with focus on the clown on the right. And the background was going to say, why do cishet white men have to center themselves every single time a woman speaks out and tries to hold them accountable? A little wordy, but you know, I could have fit it on there. I really could have. We did not get any violation last night, so I was able to download the entire replay. That'll be going up on YouTube, hopefully today. Make sure you guys are bopping the screen. Hi, buddy. I got my space here on the desk. I guess I wanted everyone to get a chance to see him and stuff. It's like a wake, an alive wake. Just gotta finish removing these stickers. Oh, buddy. Gotta clean a little bit. Got our little creature. We're doing little honey shots. Yummy. Little honey shots. The little MySpace. I don't want anyone to get like any sort of false hope. little more alert than he was this morning, but the rescue thinks that he just has something, or has always just had something congenital wrong with him. Or the double A. All right. I wish my camera would zoom out without freaking the fuck out and zooming all the way out. See, like it always just wants to zoom all the way out. For like a while, it was like, this was like one of the symbols or whatever you had to do. Where's the instructions? I don't know. We don't really need to, there's not really anything, honestly, to fundraise, because a vet is just gonna give antibiotics and IV fluids, which I could do here. So when I talked to the rescue, they said it was kind of, didn't make any sense, unfortunately. And they were willing to like pick him up to get him euthanized, but I'd rather not. And maybe that's selfish. Oh, that's nice. But I would like to change the subject to something else. Let's talk about mediocre white men and how much they suck. Let's talk about that. That always cheers me up. Mm-hmm. Give me another little honey shot. Mm. Not asking for someone to do this, because I think this is technically not legal, but if there's any diabetics out there that have access to glucose and want to send it to me for future instances so I don't have to use honey, I'm not saying I won't take it. Like oral glucose. Thank you, Drea. You get it at Walmart, oral glucose, really? I thought, why did I think it was like a prescription? Hey, wake up. Oh, that was a nice little shake. Little head shake. They make it in tablets too. Okay, but it can't be chewable. It has to be like liquid. Like that gel stuff. I have NutriCal. But the issue with the NutriCal is that it is very viscous. Still giving it though. But when it comes to like the blood sugar thing, like you want like Nutrica has to be digested. Like I'm talking like the easiest way to get blood sugar up. I've always just done honey and it's worked out well. But yeah, I just want everyone to see our boy. We've been putting him back to bottle feeding just to get him like, I really think it's easier because he doesn't want to get up. And he's taken to that well. I wish I had one of those like little like critter slings. I have like one of those baby wraps, but I feel like he would get like lost in that. I'm just gonna hold him up. Anywho, yeah, how bizarre. By the way, if anyone sends anything towards the goal today, please, as much as you want to, try to refrain from sending anything sad, please. I would prefer if someone made a joke and tried to make me laugh. Oh, backwards hoodie. I could try that. So yeah, please. I appreciate the kind words, but I like right now I can't handle it. This hoodie might be a little too flimsy, but okay. Anywho, so last night was interesting. Last night was very interesting. JJ, thank you, JJ. JJ said, "Where's the dumb bitch now? Where's the dumb bitch now?" You know, I thought about her earlier today. I thought about her. I wonder how she is. I wonder how she's doing. What's funny to me is like someone gifted her a sub. Like, listen, I don't say no to free shit. Like, that's crazy. She was already here. Like, I don't understand. She really did reject the sub. Oh shoot! Why didn't anyone tell me that Twitchy wasn't twitching yet? Sorry, Twitchies. Uh, 188. Ooh, I don't like that. 188. I don't like that. It's an even number, but I don't like that. Do you like it in here? Hmm? Hold on. Grimy little bee. My mouth is screaming. I put him in a cat condo so that he wouldn't get all up in the little sick kitties things. I don't know if this is warm enough for him. Welcome, Lady Raid. Hi, Twitchies. We got Joy, we got Jess, we got Mike, we got Parker's, Drea, Sensitive Artichoke, and Chase. It's a full house. Yeah, you can hear Matt in the background. Outrageous. How will he ever survive? It's just that I had, okay, so like I had my space on the desk here with like a warming disc and stuff like that. And I just didn't want, like, I don't know what he has. You know, I don't want to. And I don't want him, like, he's kind of like, not really keeping his, like, excrements inside of him. And I don't want Mao licking it. Like, I don't want to, you know. Oh, he's throwing a major fit. Hi, Middle Earth Runner. Middle Earth Runner. The Middle Earth Runner. I don't know if you were here yesterday, but I unboxed the gardening book that you sent me, and would you believe that overnight I'm a gardener? I'm an expert. I have peach trees growing already. They're just right out of the ground. I gotta start sleeping with this under my pillow. One-stop guide to plan, sow, plant, and grow your garden. It's nice. It's got like pictures and stuff. Okay, so like I had the stuff to do to tube feed him and whatnot, but I'm worried about, and that's why I've just been like bottle feeding him formula. I'm worried about like tube feeding him like wet food, even like with water and stuff, because I'm worried that like he won't be able to digest it because he's so weak. I don't know. Is that wrong? But I know like the formula is not going to be enough nutrients. I mean, I can get the stuff in him. I'm worried about like him being able to digest it. Like I don't want to just fill his belly with food that he's too weak to digest. So that's why I was like, well, maybe if I do like formula and kind of ease him into it. He has like the softest little purrs. He's not eating at all because he doesn't eat, like this morning he could not get up. So, but now he can kind of stand up, but he doesn't want to like eat. But he's taking back to the bottle, so I just feel like, I don't know, I just feel like if it was congenital that he wouldn't have made it this far. I don't know. Okay. Changing the subject. All right. Blah 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 blah. I'm a professional gardener now. What else? Oh my god. Coley. Oof. Thank you, Coley, for Big W. Coley for the $100 cash app. Coley says, "Get you tacos. Bitches love tacos. Bitches do love tacos, and I'm bitches." Unfortunately, we don't have. Surprisingly, but not surprisingly, we don't have a lot of good Mexican food here. People always think that we would, but those same people usually think that all Latinos are the same. So, yeah, unfortunately, we don't have a whole lot of good Mexican food. But we'll I'll get me something. I actually haven't eaten really much today. I've just been like snacking on stuff because the first thing I did when I woke up was like immediate, just like when I saw his condition. I had literally had the entire house of animals yelling at me because they wanted to eat, and it was like we went total ham. I was hysterical. Still kind of am, but we're holding it together because I finally got my lashes washed and separated. Because they stick together when you cry. I looked like a court jester. Okay. My favorite kind of tacos? Anything beef-ish. Like steak tacos, carnitas. By the way, I think I said thank you, Laney Raid. I can't remember truly, honestly. My brain's a little mushy. What's up, Papa? He has the faintest little purrs, like you could tell, like he wants to purr. Ooh, okay. Back to like let's make fun of the crash out or crash in, I guess. That the one on the right had last night. Conversation wasn't even about him. And he came up, immediately turned his cam on, which like, please don't. And just made it all about him. And we're like, hi, you're centering yourself. He's like, no. Why do they do that? It was weird. Honestly, I kind of blacked out. I don't even remember. Like, I'd have to watch back to see what I said to him. I blacked out. Did not do a great job at that moment being a nice little peaceful host moderator, whatever. But I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. I could not help it. And who knows when the next time, because you know for sure none of those people ever, God forbid, they would come on a woman's platform and not be the center of attention. So that was my one opportunity to chew them up. But like I said, we didn't get any violations, so I was able to download the entire live. So over 3 hours long. I'm gonna try to like clip down the beginning where it was kind of like slow, since we were waiting for Irish Chop. And then I'll probably just like, I don't know if I have it in me to edit down anything other than that, but I'll just try to make it as I'll just like try to remove like any lulls, silences, and stuff like that. And then I'll upload it to YouTube. Will I be doing another call live like last night? I don't think so, because I don't have it in me, y'all. I don't. Not to do it properly. All the legwork and all that stuff, like Irish did all that. Like I reviewed all the materials, and you know, went through like what was going to be shown and stuff like that, to make sure I was okay with it. I will like, as much as I hate to give any man any credit, Irish handled it extremely ethically, more so than I probably would have, because I go kind of scorched earth when it comes to men. So yeah, everything that was shown yesterday was run by me, and I had permission to deny, like, to not want certain things on my platform or not, like, so I felt super comfortable hosting that, and I felt it was super important for that conversation to happen on a women's platform, because like I trust this space, I trust my mods, and honestly, at the end of the day, like, if we would have started going left, I would have control. You guys know I would have control alt deleted this shit. The goons would have known it was a control alt delete. Everyone else would have been like, my phone died. Oops. I would love to do a call out live for the mom. And I know that the mom was wanting to come up, but I specifically said no. Because I knew that had the mom come up, I would not have been able to contain myself. Because you guys know how I feel about that. I wouldn't have been able to contain myself, and the live would have devolved into it being about her and her predatory behavior. So different live or a different time. And I'm thankful that everyone else involved agreed with my take, and agreed to not let her on. So she also, you know, like, many people were, I wasn't involved in the planning process, but many people were offered the opportunity to come on the live and didn't want to. But I guess once people saw the view count, people wanted to. But I wasn't gonna, we weren't gonna stray from the program. The Chris thing, was the only stray that we were gonna do, because that did not go well for him. The view count, there was like, what do you mean where? There was 2,000 people. I know that's not like Harry numbers, but or Dean numbers, but that's pretty good for a call out live. Mhm. That's also why we did it on my phone and not TikTok Studio. Because the algorithm favors the phone, so. Oh, I forgot about that, Michelle. I forgot I said that. But I'm serious though. Like, you guys know, like my career is in marketing, PR, and stuff. So like, if I was like their PR person, this would have been so different. This would have been so different. He would have like lost access to his fucking Twitter from day one. I would change those passwords. Like, you're not allowed to post anything. Oh, Stephanie, yeah, that was wild. I fell asleep in Kobe's live at some point. I don't remember where. Aw, bye, Ghost. Enjoy your lunch. I hope it's delightful. I still keep forgetting to order lunch. Thank you, DG. DG. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. DG, I guess, was the only one that noticed what the number was. Oopsies. So they sent 38, so we're down to 15. I noticed when it was 188, but so WDG for fixing that. His little purse. Is it possible to donate from Canada? Yeah, Canadians have PayPal. I think that's probably the only way. Right? His little bean. Mal finally stopped screaming. Oh, thanks. Hi, Zen. I just want him to feel peace. Oh, yes. Thank you for reminding me. I just like, do you guys ever get into a place where like nothing sounds good? Like none of this, like there's nothing I want. Like I'm not really craving anything. I did have Carvel ice cream for breakfast. I ordered that after my 2 hours of emergency care. I don't know. I mean, actually, look, I'm actually craving, and this is like shows you the kind of area I'm in. Like, I have lots of options around me, but they're all like just like gross junk food. And don't get me wrong, I fucking love gross junk food. But because it's all gross junk food, like so many times I'm like I would just love like a fresh fucking delicious salad with like tomato, all the fixings. And there's nowhere near me that I could get something like that. And any like restaurant that like has a salad, it's like it's an afterthought. So like the lettuce is always like sad, not crispy. No, we don't have salad and go. We have a just salad, but it's like so far that by the time it gets here, it's very soggy. So let me see. But at this point, I just have to like eat something just survive. You heard that, MySpace? We both have to just eat something, bud. Wait, Coley, I don't know if you mentioned anything about what I had said about the formula. Oh, look at him. Oh, you popping your head out? Aw, thank you, Josiah. Yeah, when I tell you, when I woke up and he was not on the couch with me anymore, and I started frantic, I was like, "Where the fuck is he?" And he was like, damn near under the couch. I had a heart attack. I was like, "You okay, buddy?" Oh, there goes Mal again.
Hey, I figured this
Hi.
would be easier.
Yeah.
So I did hear that you did the formula thing. That actually, I've had some fosters that I mixed formula for them for a while with their food, um, just
So,
for the extra nutrition.
do you think that I can? You think that like if he's? I'm just worried that like any kind of wet food might be too much right now. I don't
How
know.
old is he now? I'm trying to remember how old they are.
It's I don't know. I can't remember. We've had them for like a little while. I don't know. I could probably look back on the text messages, but I think we've had them for at least 3 weeks or 4 weeks, and I think they were about a week or two because they had their eyes still closed. But he's just little. He's very little. But he was eating wet food before, but because he doesn't like, he feels like he can't really, I mean, get up. He's not moving around as much.
Yeah, if he's not moving around as much, that could be a bit of a problem there. The formula is perfectly fine to go back to because it's going to be really nutrient dense. I did add in the group another type of kitten food to possibly
Okay.
try that's a little bit more nutrient dense. That if you put it onto the foster wish list, I will get it for you to help you out because it is a little more expensive.
I just don't know, like, my worry about like putting any of this stuff, like the oral glucose, like that I'll definitely use for other fosters, but like I don't want, like I don't know if he's even gonna make it through the night to get him like um
Well,
other
if he
formula.
does or if he doesn't, then you've got this because most of the time most of these foods last for a year plus. So if you've got another kitten that's a little tough doer, because the nice part about this particular food is it's for mamas and babies, so it's a little bit more caloric dense. It's also the kind of food where you can mix it up to syringe it.
Okay.
It's got a little bit softer consistency, so it's almost like AD or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you can
Where
kind
did
of
you
syringe it.
where'd you put the link?
It's in, I think it's in general under the food
Oh, okay,
section.
yeah, yeah, I
Yep.
see. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen this.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, I've seen this. That's why I've always done like the Iams kitten, because it's, I find like, even though Fancy Feast is, what a lot of people will recommend, and I do give that to them when they get older, but like that the Iams, like, it has like a very like soft consistency, so it's like really really um like Fancy Feast still has kind of like a grit to it, but this one looks very
Yeah.
similar. And if you think it's better,
Yeah.
then
And this one, it's a little bit higher, I think, calorie wise as far as
okay.
density goes. So it's got a little bit more protein, a little bit more fat. So
All right, I added that, guys, and I added the glucose.
yeah.
We'll see.
Yep. Worth trying for the food.
Oh, do you hear? Do you hear Mao?
He is not happy.
He's purring though. But Mao is not. Let's go, guys.
No, Mao is not. Mao is thinking that this is the biggest injustice ever done to Mao.
Hmm. I did just give him some sub-Q fluids with some B12, but that's like the only injectable vitamin option I have.
Yeah, well, not the easy one because it's water soluble. Most of the
Yeah,
rest of them aren't. So. And that's
yeah,
actually something that whenever you're doing sub Qs with cats, like the specialist, the feline specialist I used to work with, she put that into sub Qs for cats a lot to try to
yeah.
help give them. It's pretty commonly used for them to kind of try to help give them a boost.
Mm-hmm. Oh, lunch. I keep forgetting lunch. Oh. Um, Sometimes I'm like, you know what? Can I inject myself with this? Oh.
There's literally, I don't know like when these started becoming a thing, but there's literally like places you can go and get like an IV with like water soluble vitamins in it.
Yeah, that I know,
It's
but it's like,
literally a
can I give
thing.
myself a B12 shot? I don't know. Is it the same thing, or is it weird that it's this is for animals?
I used to have to do that for which dog was it? For my youngest shepherd because he had a B12 deficiency and he thought he was dying. It was the tiniest freaking needle I could possibly use. And I would do that because he had a deficiency for a little while and it became such a pain in the butt. I was like, you know what? Screw it, dude. Because this was so dumb. Because I had to do it once a week and he would just like make it out to be the worst thing ever.
It is
Like
the worst
once
thing
a week,
ever.
man.
He's
Just
not gonna
once a
make
week.
it. It's touch and
He
go.
was a big, big sissy. He really was a big sissy. Like the 75-pound shepherd was whining over a 25 gauge needle.
Thank you so much, Liz. Um, I know that people get B12 shots, y'all. What I'm asking is like the bottle of B12, is that the same that like humans get?
It is. We literally use the same stuff, so.
I did joke once about like when I was deworming like a bunch of kittens, I was asked the rescue lady, I was like, how much like what do I need to how much do I need to take to get dewormed?
What's
uh,
funny is usually we use less. People actually have smaller doses.
hmm. Oh, excuse you, where you going?
This is I skip.
Let me let him
No more falling off the
hang,
couch,
hang
mister.
out on the desk if that's what he wants to do. You want to move around? Oh, that's nice. A nice little heating disc. If he stays
Wonder if
still
he's
there, then
having.
I might set up the Mao cam for him.
Wonder if he's having trouble with temperature regulation at the moment.
I do finally have a thermometer. I just don't like I don't know what temperature they're supposed to be at.
Kittens at that age should probably be around their normal, which is about 100 to 102.
Oh my gosh, I keep getting thank you, Midnight. I keep getting distracted. um ordering. Okay. I'm ordering. Oh, immediately teacups.
The little baby's crying. I
Oh,
apologize.
it's okay. All right, lunch ordered. I'm sorry, Coley. I I didn't hear what the temperature was supposed to be. I'm sorry. I was paying
You're
attention.
fine. It's 100 to 102.
100 and 102. Okay. All right, we can make sure about that. How are you doing, Kiara?
I'm okay. I had a little nap.
Doing better than
we're currently
MySpace. Keep getting disconnected. Oh, thank you, TK. Are y'all there? We got disconnected for a second. It said the TikTok studio had to restart. Yay! I'm glad you got your mouse shirt. I hope you love it. Can anybody hear me?
Yep, we can all hear you. I went to try to go get that kitten food, but it looks like somebody else already did.
Hold on, bud.
Oh,
You hear him?
he is just absolutely not okay with not being able to get in there.
I don't know. This thermometer sucks.
Is it not reading or?
This is why my grandmother always used an old school thermometer with the mercury.
You want to know what's the funny thing? Like well, I don't know if you have Albertsons down there, but like the Albertsons brand, like flexi tip one, I swear to God, that was my favorite one to get when I was working in clinic. Those things lasted for like 3 years.
We used to have Albertsons, but they're all gone now. He's like pooping like straight white, which is so weird. Is it? I'm guessing it's a formula, but I've just never seen this before.
Hmm.
And it's like straight liquid. I gave him kaopectin last night.
That actually might be what he's pooping. It tends to come out white.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
oh, hold on. It's not stopping. It's definitely not stopping the diarrhea. Little creature boy.
Little buddy. He's such a little gremlin. He's definitely gotten bigger from when he was a very tiny little gremlin.
But not by much.
No, but you can see
Especially when
there's
you
some growth
compare
there.
especially when you compare him to his siblings. But like I just put him down and he just walked over. He walked a little bit over onto the heating disc and he just like laid down. Yeah, this thermometer like it just kept saying low. It didn't register his temperature.
He might be that low, especially if he's heat seeking.
Really?
Yeah.
Because how low do those go, the thermometers?
It depends on the thermometer brand. A lot of them won't read under 95.
Okay.
So keeping him warm might be something to do. And that could help out a lot too.
The rescue lady's daughter is out of town, so they have an incubator, and they've been telling me that they're gonna like lend it to me, but I might see if like I can just go pick it up. She just lives so freaking far. I always joke that she lives like near the equator.
Yeah, I keep seeing that incubator that's on there, and I'm like, if I had that amount of money, girl, I would buy that for you in a heartbeat.
No, I just leave it on there because listen, if someone like how that what was his name? The guy last night that dropped like $600 in Erica's live. Like, if someone just rolls through here and is like, I got
Right?
money to burn, it's there.
Right?
You know? Listen,
Exactly.
you don't
Like,
ask.
I keep, right? Like, speaking of Albertsons, so like my friend who has the rescue up here
Oh, it was
got
Corey.
super
Yeah,
lucky.
Corey.
And the person who actually like I can't remember if he owns Albertsons or he's some way involved with it. She finally we kept poking at her and poking at her and poking at her. We're like, girl, because she would rescue dumped cats and chickens at the edge of this lake nearby and was doing it all on her own, like trying to find donations, trying to do stuff out of pocket, like out of this tiny little apartment she was renting. And we're like, you need to do a news, like go on the news, talk about what the heck is going on. You like, you need to do this. She didn't want to do it. Finally did. The guy who basically was like the founder there saw it. They have like 11 cats. They love cats. They made her their charity that year that they decided to help found. They helped her buy the house that she's in now, which has been transformed into the rescue. Like the house has these cat rooms now. There's a big
Wow.
patio, like, and she has like a monthly stipend to help with everything, and it like completely turned around everything for her, and her rescue is now super established and everything. And it was all just from doing that news segment. And the guy who basically is like one of the, I can't remember if he might have been the guy who helped with the Save on Pharmacy, but like it's like some way involved with Albertsons, but he basically like made her his charity
Oh,
for that.
amazing.
Yeah, it was like totally the thing to do.
Love that. All right, he's on a heating disc. I might switch him over to like, just because like the heating discs are so hard to like gauge and keep
Yeah, if
steady.
you have like a
I usually
heating
do,
pad.
yeah, I usually do the heating pad, but I just have him on the heating disc because it's like it was easier for me to take him around. But I just gotta just plug it in. Yes, do you disagree with the background?
Oh yeah, I don't know what it means when you say the left attracts political.
If you don't know what it
presence.
means, then why did you request it says ops only?
Oh, because I disagree with it, so I would like to know exactly what it
Okay,
is.
so if you disagree with it, then you know what it means.
Yeah, I was just saying.
Or do you disagree with things that you don't know what they mean? Are you
When I
used
was
to, do you
asking,
like to talk about things you don't know?
Yeah, when I was asking, I don't know what it means. I just wanted to know what you meant by it, because maybe you meant something different than what I interpreted.
Oh, well, give me your argument. Why you disagree with it, and then we'll go from there.
I just don't think it's true. I've seen no evidence of it, so I would disagree. Unless you mean something different.
You see no
by it.
evidence of predatory people on the left?
Yeah, a predatory person on the left doesn't mean that the left attracts political predators and protects predators.
Really?
Obviously.
A space that is not safe for predators wouldn't have them, correct?
No, that doesn't follow at all.
I think it does.
Are you under the impression that jail is safe for predators?
I don't believe that jail
Oh.
attracts predators. A lot of people in jail for
There are a lot of
possession.
predators in jail.
Possession is not a predatory crime. That wasn't a good example.
Yeah, there are predators in jail.
Yes, but
Is jail
jail is not just for predators. Jail does not. And also, honestly, to be fair, most predators don't end up in jail. i.e.
it's
President
also
Trump.
not-
Okay, most
also
predators
not
don't end up
safe
in
for
jail.
them,
Most
so-
predators don't end up on the left side of the aisle either.
Nobody said, why does the left attract all predators?
All right, great. So then jail doesn't attract all predators. It just attracts predators because there are predators. Yeah.
Take it away, Kiara. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No, it's okay. I don't understand like what the disagreement is.
Yeah, I don't think that the left, as an ideology, as a concept, attracts predators. I think that's insane.
I don't think that it says the ideology does. It refers to the people that hold the ideology.
Yeah, so the left is the people who hold the ideology. That's still fine.
Yes, but we didn't say that the ideology of leftism.
Yeah, that's fine. Yes.
It's
It could
yeah.
be the
Do you
people.
who do you think is more like compassionate and empathetic, by on average, like the left or the right?
Yeah, I would say the left is.
And who gets taken advantage of more then?
The left probably gets taken advantage of more.
Right. So, predators and perpetrators often infiltrate those spaces because they're seeking places that have empathetic and sympathetic people. That's like often seen in the left, that we're all of a sudden having those huge predators part of our community, and we've protected them for a while because we're very empathetic.
No, I definitely think that the left has more empathetic people on average. I think the left is significantly less empathetic to predators than the right. If we're talking about empathy in general, obviously the left is more empathetic to the people who
Why do we
actually need
protect
empathy.
them then? Why do we often see that within leftist spaces that there is like people that are really harmful to the community, and just because we have seen them and we're trying to have them still be part of the community, we give them so much more grace
I don't know who we
than they
is. I mean,
deserve.
I'm not really
That's like
familiar with
oftentimes
most
like
leftists
we're
to
just
do that.
something that's just something that has been observed often.
Observed by whom? I haven't observed that. I don't think anyone's observed that. It
Are
seems
you
that
men?
majority of leftists are against predators and predatory behavior.
Okay, so why do we protect them then? And why do we keep
Yeah,
giving them platforms?
I don't think we do.
Why do we encourage them growth? Why do we forgive them? Like that's something that happens all the time on the left.
Yeah, that's something that doesn't happen.
Uh-huh.
Unless you have any evidence that it does.
It just seems like that
Does Harry still have a platform?
Yeah, Harry does still have a platform, yeah.
So his over 1 million followers, are you saying that those are people on the right?
Yeah, I'm
the people in
saying
his
that-
comment sections, are those people on the
first
right
off,
or the
I'm not even
left?
convinced. Yeah, first off, I'm not even convinced Harry is a predator, so I don't know why that would be relevant at all.
Exactly. You just proved the point.
I grant you think that, but I'm going to need some evidence Harry's a predator.
Well, you should have watched the live last night. We went through all the information.
Information about what? Him having a roster? You think that's predatory behavior to be talking to multiple women at once?
Your followers, correct. Yes. There's a power dynamic there. It's predatory behavior.
That might be the dumbest thing I've ever heard someone say in my life.
Yeah, because you
think
protect
that
predators.
because someone has more followers than another person, if they speak to them romantically,
There's a
they're a
power
predator.
dynamic, yes.
Oh my gosh, there's a
Or
power.
for example, when
wait,
somebody
there's a
tells
power
you
dynamic.
when
Wow.
someone tells you that they've been essayed, and then 2 seconds later you're asking them for nude photos, that's predatory behavior.
You don't believe in informed. You don't believe in informed. You don't believe in informed consent.
Yeah, I do believe in informed
Okay,
consent.
great. So, do you think that, especially like younger women that are like inexperienced in their dating life, have maybe like a right to know that they're not like the only person that they're currently seeked out of?
Yeah, when we're talking about informed consent, there's obviously going to be some sort of boundaries there, right? It's going to be information which is relevant. I mean, this is pretty obvious to anyone
That
who
is relevant. Like
that's
most
consent.
people,
Yeah.
most people
Wait,
like
hold on.
that's
I
Yeah,
was
something
it's
that's just
relevant.
gonna be
It's very
that's
relevant.
just
Yeah.
gonna be that's just gonna be like
wait.
some full bullshit. But I'm just
Yeah.
gonna say that for most women, it is relevant whether or not you just dating, and
No,
that's why it was
women
asked.
want to know
That's
it.
why it
It
was.
doesn't make it relevant.
They
It does
asked.
make it
That's why
relevant.
they asked.
No. Wait,
That's why they
someone
asked
wanting to know a
because
thing
it's
does not
relevant. Hold
make
on.
the
I'm
thing
not
relevant.
saying. I'm not saying
Any
that it's
question that someone asks in that kind of relationship is relevant to them, and it's not up to us whether or not it's relevant to their relationship.
Them and relevant in general are two different things.
It doesn't matter what's relevant in general. It doesn't matter what's relevant in general.
Yeah. If a woman asks
If you're
me,
lying to someone
"What
that's straight up
school do
asking
go
you a
to?"
question,
Yeah, if a woman asks me what school
and
do
you
you go
lie
to?
about what school you go to, and they find out
and
that
I
you
lie
lied,
about what school I go to.
then that you would be considered a liar, and you're not a trustworthy person.
Yep,
But we're not talking about what school they go
no
to. We're talking
consent's
about
been
intimate
violated, though.
things. We're talking about
Yeah, but
intimate
no
things in
consent's
which
Yeah,
been
because
violated,
there's a
though.
different
Yeah,
threshold.
you're gross. You're a
being
predator
like
too.
fucking obtuse right now. You're being so
You
obtuse.
protect
If you don't believe
predators.
that there's a
You protect
difference
predators.
You guys are
between
just trying to
knowing
say
You
that.
protect
that someone's a
predators,
predator
and that's
for
why you don't
having
have
a
your that's why you don't have your
roster.
face on your profile
Ridiculous.
picture, because you protect predators,
Actually,
and
I
you gotta
have my
hide behind
favorite
it.
mathematician's face in my
Yeah,
profile.
that's why you're hiding behind that, because you protect predators online.
Well, no, my face is on my other account. I mean,
Exactly, but you're not on that account, are you? Because you're here
not on that
protecting a
account
predator.
currently because I got banned.
Because you're
from
here
going
protecting a
live.
predator. Yeah. Well, you
I
could
mean, I
change this
grant you
account
think
and
he's a
put your.
predator. I'm just waiting to understand how having a roster makes you a predator.
We explained it wasn't the having a roster part. We explained that.
Oh, so
You're
it
just
was
not
the lying
listening.
about irrelevant information part.
Irrelevant
And
to
you
you.
think that makes you a predator?
Irrelevant to you.
Wait, him having a lot of followers makes him a predator too.
It's the power
I mean,
dynamic,
that's
correct?
more
Yeah.
confused than anything.
No.
Yeah, because there's a power dynamic. Ooh, wait, quick question.
If all the people that you seek out, no. If all the people that you seek out are your followers, that is a predatory thing.
And he pursues a very, very poor woman. You think that's predatory?
Yeah, there's a power dynamic there.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, that's confused. That's insane.
It's not.
Yeah, so
you cannot deny that there's a
power dynamic.
If that person, if they get in a relationship and this woman depends on this man for all their needs to be met, that's a power dynamic.
I don't think they needed to depend on Harry for anything. I also don't remember.
I didn't say that. I was using your example, dummy.
Yeah, I didn't say.
I was using your example, dummy.
Yeah, and I didn't say the poor woman needed the rich man to depend on.
If she's poor, she obviously does. What the fuck?
Wait, she was poor before he met him, and she's still alive. She needs to depend on him. How? Do you think there aren't poor women who handle their stuff alone without rich men?
Okay.
Wait, you agree with that though, right? There are poor women who handle their business.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad we agree on that.
Yeah,
I mean,
because like when a rich man gets with a poor woman, he makes her continue paying the bills. That's usually how it goes. Yeah.
He could do that, and that would be an issue.
Yeah, I would love to see. Why is your voice so high? That's crazy.
I think
are you okay?
I was just trying to do like this whole debate thing. Like we're talking about like actual reality, what's like really happening.
And in actual reality,
and actually
power
what's
dynamics aren't
happening,
an
like
issue.
potentially what if there's like a cabin in the woods and there's like a little child, like fuck you, like seriously. Like I think it's so incredibly dishonest.
I mean, look, I don't remember
hold on.
about.
Do you know what we're talking about?
Like
yes
what?
or no?
What
when
is
we
it?
Say,
Mutts in the woods or whatever that nonsense
power
was?
dynamic, when we say power dynamic, do you know what I mean or no? Like,
Oh
are you
yeah,
confused?
you just mean an
are you
imbalance.
confused? Yes or
It
no?
just means an
Are you
imbalance in the power.
Are you
it just
confused?
Means an
Hold on.
imbalance
If
in
you're
the power
confused,
of the
that's
parties
fine.
participating.
Yeah. If you're
Yeah.
confused,
it's
that's
just
fine.
gonna be an imbalance in power
It's
in
just
the
gonna
parties
be. It's
participating.
just gonna
That's
be.
all
I'm just
power
gonna put my
imbalance
thumb
is
up
going
my
to be.
ass when I speak about ethical bullshit.
Yeah, I just answered your question 3 times. I mean, maybe
Yeah.
you didn't hear it, but it's
I
just
do
gonna be a
appreciate you
power
proving the
imbalance in
background.
parties who are
I do
participating.
appreciate you proving the background.
Yeah.
I love
don't
it's
know.
honestly
I
it
mean,
makes our
I
job
grant that
easier.
you think the background's been
This whole
Anywho.
idea too, that when we're talking about like informed consent, oh, so I guess she needs to know what school I go to, or else it's not informed consent. Like, yeah, we're obviously talking about reasonable societal expectations that we have for a relationship. Like, yeah, you don't have
or
to
even
tell me
just intimate stuff. Like,
I mean,
yeah,
look,
it's common sense.
hold on, do you think that we're owed like somebody's medical history? Like, if I ask
yes,
you, for example, for your medical history, if I'm gonna engage in like relationships,
yes,
do you think
of
I'm owed
course,
that? Owed that? Okay, so
of
you
course.
have
If
to
you have,
tell
wait,
me.
if you have an
So you have
STD,
to tell me. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Now you're about
yeah,
to
if you have an
fucking get it.
STD, you
If
think
you
that's
have
not
an
relevant?
STD, you're owed that because that's a societal
Well,
expectation. I'm not owed to know whether or not you have diabetes. That's fucked up. You dumb. Like, you seriously dumb.
yeah, you said medical information or STD.
Yeah, that's what I
Medical
literally
information?
said. If I said
Oh,
if
all
I said
right then. Yeah, so
oh
let's
my god.
lock
Now,
in,
if
buddy.
you
Let's
would
ask
shut the fuck
relevant
up, then I
questions.
would actually make an argument. Okay,
Yeah.
Look,
shut the
if
fuck
you
up now.
You
No,
realize
shut the
that
fuck up now.
if you're muted, like, then you need to stay on mute until we're ready
Yeah,
to
you
unmute
need to
you.
stay on mute. I'm about to make an argument, and that's literally the point that you just walked into. Because when I say, are you owed somebody's medical history, then obviously I'm referring to like maybe like something that is relevant to a relationship. So it would be STIs, STDs. That's something that is important and relevant in a societal expectation, and you have a moral obligation to meet. But obviously, I'm not gonna ask. You're not gonna have to tell me whether or not you broke your ankle when you're 7 years old. That's irrelevant, and that's not part of the societal expectation. That's
Also,
not part
the
of the
fact
form
that
consent.
he lied proves that he knows that if he hadn't lied about that, then the photos like would not continue. So that is predatory. He's being manipulative.
Yeah, so let's just get one thing very, very clear.
Ugh, the voice.
You would have to
I can't stand
relevance
his voice.
at any time you establish relevance.
Yeah, I think most women like want to know. So that's why it seems to be like a relevant thing, especially if somebody asks you whether or not you have multiple people. Like, yeah, it's not going to be relevant whether or not I sneak in another little chocolate and don't tell my partner, but if I cheat on him, I guess I should tell my fucking husband that I am. So there's like different lies, there's different expectations, and if you're not kind of catching on that, you want to do the debate bro thing, like, please.
Especially when you hold yourself as like this beacon of the left and supporting women and blah blah blah, and I'm so pure in my ideals and yada yada yada. Like,
Wait,
nobody gives a shit
last
that he
time
has a
I
roster.
checked,
If he was honest
being
about
on
it,
the
that's the
left,
sad part. That there are tons of women that would, if he would have been like, you know what, I'm talking to 14 other women, they would have been fine with that.
why is that sad?
Because he lied and he didn't need to.
No.
He
You
could have
said
just
if he
found
didn't
women.
lie. No, you said if he didn't lie, it's sad that there are women who would be willing to do that. Why is
No,
that?
you're misunderstanding what I said.
Oh, okay, good.
That's not what I said.
Make sure. I just wanted to make sure we were treating
Oh,
women
okay.
as individual moral agents who are capable of making their own decisions.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to
Yeah,
make sure we were
informed
clear.
decisions. They're capable of making an informed decision.
It's not necessary. We're just saying it's sad to lie if it's not necessary. Like, if you can, like, there's many of people in their 20s that want to just have a casual relationship, that don't care that you have like 5 million partners, or even somebody who wants like an open relationship and be poly. That's fine. It's about the consent aspect, the informed consent aspect. So if you are seeking a serious relationship, which was made evident by them and their questions and their intentions, then you shouldn't be taking advantage of them. Like, how is that fucking hard to understand?
Look, I understand what you're saying. I'm just waiting for you guys to tell me exactly why you're obligated to disclose your sexual business with other people.
Because you're engaging in a relationship with them that is contingent on that fact.
Wrong. You're not.
No, not wrong. Because if
Yes,
I, for
incorrect.
example, okay, do you think that I, as somebody in a monogamous relationship, owe my husband loyalty?
Yeah, they
Should I
weren't
cheat on my
in
husband?
monogamous relationships. Was
If
Harry
I'm
in a monogamous relationship?
Okay, so we agree that we're in a monogamous relationship.
Oh,
If I
okay.
go out and cheat, do I owe him the information that I sleep with other people?
If you're in a monogamous relationship, yes.
Ah, okay, great. So if I'm in a monogamous relationship, my husband doesn't want me to cheat and says, hey, I actually don't want you to cheat. If I do end up cheating, I have to fucking tell him. Otherwise, I'm not being ethical.
Yes, there you go.
Like, right. So now we're applying that fucking little principle because your stupid brain doesn't want to comprehend it.
Real
If
quick, was
somebody
Harry in a
is like,
monogamous
"Hey,
relationship?
I'm actually seeking out a relationship. I'm trying to make this like something more serious. Are you talking to other women? Because if you are, I don't want to keep talking to you." And you say, "No, I'm not talking to other women," and you're actively lying. That's fucking wrong. Maybe not to the exact same extent as cheating on your spouse, but it's still fucking wrong.
Especially
Yeah,
if
so
you're lying
Harry was
to
not
multiple
in a
women
monogamous
asked
relationship.
multiple women asked if they were talking to other people, and even if you're not in a monogamous relationship, like multiple women asked, and if he felt he had to lie because that was the only way for that photos to continue, that is proof that he's being deceptive intentionally, and not because like, oh, I didn't think it was a big deal, like I just lie because I'm a fucking liar and I'm a piece of shit. Like, it wasn't that. He was calculated and he purposely did it so that the photos would continue.
I mean, look, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Harry was not in a monogamous relationship. See, the
Nobody
scenario
said
you
that. I don't
outlined.
understand. Are
Yeah,
you who are you having a
yeah,
conversation with? Are you having a
yeah. I'm
conversation with
about
me?
to
Because I don't think you
address what was
are.
being.
Who are
I'm
you having a
about
conversation
to
with? Because it's not with
address.
me.
I'm about
Who
to
are you having a conversation with?
address
Because it's not with
what
me.
was being said. Yeah, I'm
No
about
one
to
has talked about the
address
fact that them being
what
in a
was being
monogamous
said.
relationship, not even the
Yeah, I'm
women.
about
So I don't
to
even think you've heard. I don't even think
address
you've heard what
what
they
was
said.
being said.
You can keep talking, but my microphone is
Yeah, you
louder.
could keep
You can keep
interrupting me.
talking,
That's
but my
fine.
microphone
But
is
then you're not
louder.
gonna
You
hear
can
what
keep
was
talking,
being
but my
said.
microphone is
Do you
louder.
want to hear what was being said?
Oh, dang.
Do you want to hear
Oof.
the response?
Neither did Robbie. Robbie didn't want to hear that either. W Robbie for the baby dragon. You got paid to kick, friend, because you're a trash human, and you proved the background. Number one person here to prove the background. Congratulations. I don't know where I misplaced my L. My L is somewhere, but just I'm gonna give you just an IOU. I owe you the L for you to take home and put on your mantle. Okay, I did see, thank you so much, Daisy, for the $20 from MySpace. Thank you. Coley, I'm gonna try to just like get him like warmed up and see if that helps. Because maybe his temperature is low. How are you doing, Kiara?
I'm good. I feel like, okay, if I have to explain to this one more person what an analogy is, I'm gonna have a head explosion. I fear.
Imagine having to explain informed consent to someone that's saying that the left does not protect
A grown
or attract
man.
predators.
Like, if you're a grown man and you don't know what informed consent is, like, I need you to literally. No, I'm not gonna say it.
That's why like it was so important to me last night to specifically ask the women, like, throughout the conversation, like, had he been honest and said there were other women, would you have continued? You know? So,
John,
Hi.
just to the background.
So I've been listening and I don't necessarily agree with the first point, but I see all of the points that you're making with the, the situation that's going on. But I've also seen a lot of the left talking against him. So then my experience would be that the left is trying to not protect him.
Yeah, I just don't understand like why whenever there's like a right-wing person that is being a predator, we're so quick to like call out and cancel him. I don't see any devil's advocates. I don't see any upholding of grape culture. I don't see any upholding of victim blaming. But for some reason, when it happens on our own side, we all of a sudden start doing that kind of shit. The amount of comments that are left under Carly's video or Sarah's videos, like it's fucking disgusting. It really is. And I don't think that should be acceptable at all. Like, I don't want to see even one person that claims to be a leftist or a part of the left doing that shit. That's weird behavior. Like, we don't do that for Republicans or for conservatives.
I agree with that. I totally agree. I watched last night's live and I've watched a bunch of Carly's and the other girls' lives as well. I do totally agree with that. But I have seen that a lot of the people that are saying stuff have also not been informed. And then when they are a little bit more informed on what's going on, rather than just, saying the roster part, because everyone wants to talk about the roster part. And like, obviously that's not the issue here. It's the lying and the manipulation, which is what you guys just said. as soon as I've seen people hear that side of it, they flip to saying, oh, okay, I see that it's bad. I don't like him.
I think it's like weird to me that women being manipulated and stuff is like still classified as having a roster. I think it's kind of icky and yucky that especially like grown fucking people on the internet are classifying him as, oh, he just has game. He just has a roster. Kind of, I don't know. I think it's really yucky. It's giving like glorification like Barney from How I Met Your Mother, and I thought that we were like way beyond that shit.
I
Way
agree.
beyond.
I totally agree. I just don't think. I think it's probably at this point more of a accessibility of information issue rather than there actually
No,
being.
it's not an information issue because I see them sharing their sites. Like, why is it believe all women unless it's like somebody that we like?
Someone
I'm
against someone that you like.
yeah, I don't. When I say I believe women, I fucking mean that. Like, I'm not. If a Republican woman tomorrow is like, hey, this liberal guy fucking assaulted me, whatever, I believe her, and I mean it wholeheartedly.
And we won't name names, but I mean, both Kiara and I have
Made it
distanced
very clear.
ourselves from people that, you know, we were more friendly with,
Mhm.
because of behavior.
Right.
So
I'm following and agreeing with what you guys are saying on that part. I just think that I've seen a lot of right-wing people commenting on how the issue is that he was talking to a lot of women, and then left-wing people are hearing about it through that, and the right-wing people aren't doing a good job saying this is actually the real scenario. And I think you guys are doing a fantastic job of talking about like the truth of what the scenario is and how, it was a lot more than just him having multiple girls that he was texting, because no one is claiming that that's the biggest part of the issue. The biggest part of the issue is the manipulation, the lying to the other women. As you guys mentioned, the informed consent. Like, that's obviously the part of it that needs to be talked about more and brought to the attention of, I think, the people who aren't digging in deep enough.
The power
And then-
dynamic is also what's very concerning to me, because my generation, we went through this with our favorite bands, where
Mhm.
now the bands have, a lot of them have gotten canceled because they were grooming all of us at their shows and online on MySpace and all of that stuff. So like, I would feel differently. Obviously I still support informed consent and all that stuff, but had this been him having a roster of a bunch of random girls he met at school or at a bar or something, it's a little different than every single one of them being someone that looked up to you and reached out to you because like you were their favorite creator. And like there's this, when your favorite creator is giving you attention, there's a power dynamic there and you feel pressured to do stuff that you might not normally do.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree with that thought process.
Yeah.
Can you, so then for sake of the argument with the, attract and protect predators, can you name other people that you think fit that predatory behavior that the left hasn't canceled in the past?
Not without getting in trouble.
No, well, I don't want that. So I just know that, like,
I just know that there's okay, here's the issue. There are things that have happened on the left that because there is a victim involved, it's not my story to tell.
Gotcha.
Until the victim is ready, I have to kind of just bite the bullet. But not necessarily predatory, but the dean and the racism thing. People just, he was just, even though he still does microaggressions, he still just exhibits a lot of kind of racist behavior. He still has a platform. He gets 8,000 viewers every live. People throw money on him. Like,
Yeah, we just don't want to keep seeing this shit. Having like, I don't have a problem with somebody being part of the left. It's
It's
actually
about
encouraged, but
It's
don't be the face of the
yeah.
left if you're doing those things, and if you still have growth to do. And I don't believe that they're growing in the wrong direction necessarily if they would take a step back and listen to the marginalized group that they're trying to advocate for. I genuinely believe that they have oftentimes a very good intent or a good core, but they just can't see or they can potentially grow when they're at the forefront while they still
Yeah.
have growing to do.
They have blind spots that are very obvious.
Gotcha.
I'm trying to think. There was I do remember there was a I forget his username. There was someone that I was thinking of. But in general, there's a lot of problematic behavior. Maybe not to the extent of being like a predator, but I do find that people downplay, especially any space that centers a man, is going to have predatory behavior that is like brushed under the rug, especially not just by men, but by women as well. I personally don't believe that men should be the forefront of any leftist movement,
Okay.
but I'm a little extreme.
I can follow you in that. I hate to bounce. I actually have to go. I have
You're
something
good.
coming up. But thank you for
Have
the
a good
great
one.
conversation.
Yeah. Thanks for coming by.
Alina, love, I'll be right back. 5 to
Okay.
10 minutes.
You're good. All right, Dr. Burgers, you're up.
Okay, sweet. So don't get me wrong. I don't like Harry, but I can't lie. He didn't do anything wrong with what he
Shepard,
did.
why are you
There's
here,
nothing,
bro?
hold on. There's nothing wrong with talking to multiple women.
Fucking A, Ben. Can someone let B know that's another Shepard account? Yeah, Kristen, I said a celebration for MySpace because he is not doing great. You can check the Saddies and Maddies. And I just wanted people to get a chance to see him and hang out with him. Ooh, I don't want to take him out from his his little heating disc. We're getting him a little toasty. Also, did y'all notice that he wasn't even like, who's Shepard? He just kept talking. Oops. Anywho, all right. Yes, it is a good reminder that it is all men. It definitely is all men. Yeah, MySpace's lawyer, you might not have a client soon, unfortunately. He's so cute. Little grimy little bean. Even my father? Yeah, why not my father? Actually, especially my father. The fuck? My father cheated on my mom, of course. My father too. What? Yeah. Yeah, he's the crunchy orange one, yeah. I think it's a good sign that he is on the walked himself to the heating disc. Because a lot of times when they're really not doing well, they kind of just have zero will to live. But yeah, I still don't think he's going to make it, unfortunately. Holding men accountable is Miss Andrew now. I'm okay if it is. I'm okay if it is. I've been like, what people don't realize is like, or at least the people that don't spend time in this space, I've been called way worse. So like, okay, and you know. I don't know, it's taking a little minute for Kiara to load. Let's do another little honey shot. Ooh, the honey shot is nice. Yeah, I don't know why Kiara's not loading for me. No, I'm not letting you up because you keep asking to be let up, and I don't like that. We can see the requests. It's annoying, and it's usually a bad sign. So yes, if you disagree with the background, please request. Request up if you are ready with an argument. Don't request up if you're like, I don't know. I don't know. What do you mean by this? What do you mean by USA? What do you mean by libs? Let's see where my lunch is. Should be here soon. I'm not sure, XO. I'm not sure. Oh, Kiara, that is so sweet. Thank you so much. It was super important. It was super important to me that conversation happened in like a woman's space, and I trusted my space and my mods to make it as conducive as possible. And they are welcome to come here and talk at any point. Are men on the left held to a different standard, like a higher standard? Why? If you think that men on the left shouldn't be held to a higher standard, when they're advocating for women's rights and stuff, like, excuse me, what? If someone tells you and constantly shows you that they're shit people, are you going to hold them to a high standard? No. We know the right is shit. We know they don't give a shit about women. We know that they hate women. But if someone's telling you, like, I support women's rights, I'm here to speak for women, I'm a good guy, look at all these people and communities I fight for, then yeah, you have the expectations that they're not going to be shit. Even though we know all men ain't shit. It's okay to expect more from people that are telling you that they're not. I'm not like other guys. Like, that's the vibe. I'm not like other guys, but yeah, you kind of are. And sometimes I would say it's worse because at least pieces of shit say they're pieces of shit. Like, nothing wrong with someone being a player if they're telling the people, like, listen, I'm talking to 15 other girls, take it or leave it. Both girls or both women last night, like, wish they had that opportunity to make the decision they wanted to. And it's not to say that they know 100% for sure that they would have stopped talking to him, but if they had informed consent, like, yeah, there's still a power dynamic. It's still icky, but at least they had all the information. Men are always nice when they want something, yeah. That's why it's all men. And that's why men should not be the face of the left, truly. Especially white men. Yes. Also, they haven't really shown remorse whatsoever. They think that their behavior was totally appropriate. They think that how they treated the women after was totally appropriate, which just shows that they are not safe people for women. They're not safe people for this movement. They don't deserve the platforms they have, because I don't want them speaking for us. Absolutely not. Yeah. And unfortunately, even though I don't think that they're part of the left, they're center right at best. Unfortunately, when you Google leftist creators, these are the people that are going to show up. And so that's what it is. I don't want you speaking for the women, Jose. Hi, Jose. You obviously weren't here last night. Hi, Sarah. The women were here speaking, and I haven't spoken for them. Anything I'm saying are things that they've said themselves, and even so, I'm not really going into specifics of their story. You thought it was pathetic, Jose? Then you're probably one of the people that we're concerned about. Jose, are you not allowed near schools and parks? Did you have to find housing 100 feet, or is it 100 yards away from a school? I sent you another request. I know you rejected the first one. 200 yards. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, he denied the request. Anywho, if anyone disagrees with the background, feel free to request. I'm hesitant to let this person up. Because you guys know how I feel about people begging in the chat. But we'll see.
Yo, free Harry, bro. He ain't do nothing wrong. He's just got game. He's Rizzy. Let's free Harry. Stop hating on Harry.
Yeah, you don't have game either, huh? Yeah. What, did you think that you were gonna get kicked, friend? You didn't.
Nah,
You didn't prepare.
Harry's-
You didn't prepare anything else to say, huh?
I'm a Trump supporter.
He didn't prepare anything else, guys. That was it.
But free Harry. He didn't do anything wrong. He just wanted those booty pics. We all know we want them. He just wanted those pictures, and we all know we'd want them.
Why do all of you sound like you have to blow your nose, huh?
We don't.
Is it, do you guys have like deviated septums or something?
No.
Listen, honestly, I'm tempted to go back to get my master's just so I can study the lack of oxygen to the brain and bigotry and being on the right. Because all of you guys sound like you need to blow your nose. And I'm thinking there's got to be something. There has to be a correlation between the lack of oxygen to the brain and the bigotry and misogyny and all that.
What did I say that's to be a misogynistic or bigotry?
Oh, the Trump supporter. So.
So
right. Yeah, if somebody, knows what university I should maybe go back and get my master's, or maybe it needs to be a PhD. I don't know. But I do have my bachelor's in biology, and I was planning on going to medical school.
Take that clown face off my boy Harry. He didn't do anything wrong.
Oh, he's your boy?
Yeah.
You know him?
Yep.
Oh, okay. If you know him, then send this live to him. I'd love to talk to him.
I got you.
Okay.
All right, it's sent.
Okay, cool. I'm looking forward to it. What kind of a name is Coldy?
It's my nickname.
Is that short for Colton or something?
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know. It doesn't really seem short for anything. I don't know. There's a lot of y'all that your parents obviously didn't love you because they spelled your name wrong. So it sounds like you might play one of those.
No, my parents do love me. I mean, I'm not sure about yours, but.
Oh, mine do love me as well, but.
Yeah. Okay, that's good for you. I like that.
But you hear that? Lots of oxygen. Clear.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that for you.
Yep.
Yo, stop dogging. Yes, bro, Jose, my boy, what's up?
I don't understand why the host is up here trying to play victim. She has nothing to do with this. Like,
Yeah,
how many free dinners have you gotten, girl? Like, you act like you're so innocent. You've never gotten a picture from a guy. You never sent a picture to a guy. Stop playing the victim shit.
How many of y'all thought that this is what he would sound like?
Who cares? Who cares what I sound like?
Yeah, literally. Why are you so concerned about what people
did not
sound
expect
like?
that.
Well, because she's stupid. Like, I hate to
What
say
is the opposite of a jump scare?
What's a jump scare? There you go with your racist, stupid remarks. You have nothing
How
to
is
do
that
with
racist? How is that racist?
You have
How is that
nothing to do with
racist?
Because he's Hispanic.
You have nothing to do with hate.
I'm also Hispanic. So what?
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
With your
And
fake
Hispanic's
dyed
not a
hair.
race.
With your fair
Hispanic's not a
dyed
race.
hair. Exactly.
Okay, so
It's actually not fake. It's real hair, but it is dyed. So.
Yeah, it's dyed. You're
Yeah, so
playing
it's fake hair.
victim. You're playing victim.
I'm playing victim. Yeah.
Yeah.
How so?
So what are you? What?
How am I playing victim?
Harry did nothing wrong. Except
Why are you
for
so
taking
emotional?
pictures. Why are you so stupid?
Wait.
No,
wait. Were you talking to Harry too? Are you upset that it wasn't just you?
Yo, Harry just wanted someone that he
you're
could
making
play
a
with.
remark because you think I sound gay? Okay, well, I have a
No. I'm saying that you sound very emotional, as if you're very invested. You sound very invested in this. You sound very invested in this. I don't understand why. Why are you so invested in this?
Why are you so invested in? Were you the victim?
Oh,
No,
I'm invested in this because I talk about this kind of shit all the time. Like this background
Okay.
minus his photo is what I talk about all the time.
What did he do so wrong? And why are you sitting?
You said you watched the live.
Yeah, he did nothing wrong.
Okay, if you watch the live and you don't think that he did anything wrong, then you're also an unsafe person. And I'm happy to listen. Hi, if you're Jose's wife, just let me know that you can slide into my DMs at any point. My DMs are open. You can slide into my DMs and I will help you get out, friend.
You're
Just because you guys have
stupid.
been
No, my
together for
wife is
20
very
years, like
happy.
it's not
My
worth it.
wife is
It's not
very
worth it,
happy. I'm so
friend.
sorry. You could
Oh,
try
okay.
your
Yes,
stupid
please
queen then.
tell me
You
how
don't
happy
know
your wife
anything
is.
about me. You
Yes.
don't know
Yes,
anything about
because
my
of
life. You're over here
because
making
victims are
false
never
slanders.
spoken about by the
You're
predator,
just
huh?
stupid.
Yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay,
Please tell me
I'm a
how happy your
predator
wife
because
is. Yes. Let's not let her speak for
okay. It
herself.
has nothing
Mm-hmm.
to do with me or
Is
my
she in a
wife.
pantry somewhere? Is there a
No,
window at
she's
least?
not. Okay, there you go with your stupid comment. Come back with a better argument. If you have something to say about Harry,
That was
what
pretty
he
funny.
did so
I like
wrong,
that.
come back with a better argument.
Mm-hmm.
You have no argument. You have
Mm-hmm.
no argument. How many
Nope.
free dinners have you gotten from guys? How
Oh,
many?
all
Like
my dinners are free because I'm married.
exactly. So
All my dinners are free.
you use people. You're a user.
I just said I'm married. Do you make
Okay,
your
so
wife pay
you're
50-50 for
you're
dinner?
no. I pay for all my wife's dinner. So
Oh,
you're
okay.
using people.
So
So
she's using
yeah.
you.
Okay. No, it's because I do it because I love her. The
Yeah,
girls that
so
Harry
does my
pictures.
husband. My husband does it also because he loves me.
Why? Because you're a misogynist woman who tries playing victim. Like, come up with a different gimmick. And if your husband's supporting you, why are you on the internet begging for money?
I'm begging for money.
Gold,
That's crazy.
$30. Gold, $30. What are you trying to get gifts and money? Is that what you're trying to do because you have none? Is welfare not supporting you enough?
No. I wish I
Apparently
qualified.
not.
I wish I
Apparently
qualified
not.
for
Well,
benefits and stuff.
then why are you on the internet asking for money?
Because I foster kittens, and that's what helps fund the fostering.
Okay, well, your husband doesn't make enough money to pay for kittens. I don't think cat food's that expensive.
You've never fostered neonates, then, have
I
you?
have, I have, I have 3 dogs and 2 cats. So
Yeah,
don't
but
tell
have you
me.
fostered
I know.
hundreds of kittens
Oh, so you're a
from
cat lady.
bottle
You're a
feeding?
cat lady.
No, I'm
You're
just
a
saying the
cat lady.
number of ones that I mean,
So
if
what
you would
is
let me
thirty
finish a
dollars going
sentence,
to
you would
what is thirty
understand.
dollars going to do for you? Go buy you a vape or something to smoke or like if you're so caring about kids and stuff, why don't you go out and try to do like fundraisers and get a real job instead of sitting
I
here
do
on
have a
the
real
internet
job.
begging? No, you don't. You're a
I do.
beggar.
I have not, but you're actually the one that mentioned the goal. I haven't mentioned it at all. It's just there.
Because you're a beggar. You're literally sitting here begging for money, trying to be relevant.
Oof. Tough going. Tough going, friend. I don't know. Do I just W Robbie, but like, do I wait for him to come back on Teacup or just?
I'm right here. Don't worry. Don't worry. Oh, you got a gift. So somebody sent you a gift. So add that to your money bank.
Mm-hmm. You know why they
So
sent it for me?
because they feel sorry for you because
No,
you're probably lonely and have no life and no job and people are trying to send you money
I
to help
I already said I
support
have a
you.
job.
Well, apparently not
I
if you're on
took.
the internet begging. Okay. I mean,
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on one
why are
second.
you so invested in this?
Hold on. The live had to get reconnected. Let me let everyone get back in. Um, I actually have today and tomorrow off. Paid.
So you're on the internet begging for money. Good one. I'm not jealous of nobody. Like I'm not the only. Like Harry is a
I took
young guy.
my
A
allotted
girl
bereavement
decide. A
days
girl
because those are my days.
decided to
Those are part of
send
my
him
benefits.
pictures.
So
So nobody was forcing her to send the pictures. She decided to do it on her own. And you're over here talking crap about him because he didn't want her.
he
Cry
didn't
me a
want you
river.
either. He didn't want you either. Sorry, y'all.
I'm not going to have an
The
intelligent
TikTok studio had
conversation
to
with somebody
refresh.
stupid.
So
Like, come up with some better arguments and then come back and like try to like have a good debate
you
instead of
can't afford
something so
tissues
stupid.
either, huh?
Okay, I'm not the one on the internet begging for money, am I?
You hear that? Clear.
Can you hear that?
No,
Can you hear
it
that?
sounds stuffy
Clear.
as fuck. Stuffy as
No, it
fuck.
doesn't. So sorry.
I just
Try
can
to
tell. I can
consult somebody
tell
else.
the post nasal drip
Try
is
to
like
sit and
tickling your throat
suffer
at
it.
all times. And I don't know how
No,
you
it's
guys handle
not.
that,
I'm
honestly.
sorry. I'm sorry. Why don't you go
We can
try
hear
to
it, bro.
dye your hair a better color
We can
and
hear
make
it.
yourself more
Oh,
presentable
my
so that
next
you could
appointment
buy
is
the
this
man?
Saturday. Yeah, it
You
is a little
probably
faded,
have
yeah.
dark
But
moods. Yeah.
actually trying to get it to
You
fade so I can
probably,
move back to a
how
different
old are you?
color.
Like 40 with pink hair? Okay. That's
Not 40
really
yet, but
cool.
getting there. Definitely getting there.
Yeah, with pink hair, that makes
hmm
you really intelligent. You're
hmm
really a decent person for society.
I mean,
You're one of those
I have a
simpletons.
really, I have a good job with good benefits, and I get to work from home. So
Okay,
obviously my job values
true.
that. They don't
So
care about
you're
my hair
so when
color.
you're on your day off, you talk about a 20-something-year-old about how he got pictures from a girl that sent him freely who
I mean,
he
you
didn't
are the
want.
one that
So
are
you're
you
sitting
and
on
the
here
other guests
talking about it.
are who's making it about
No,
Harry. I'm talking about in
you
general
have
the
his
left
picture
protecting
on
and
your
attracting
picture.
predators.
You have his picture on your profile as a
hmm
clown, and you're
hmm
saying like USA doesn't like women, like libs. You're saying uh, why does the left attract and protect predators? Do you
hmm
even know what a predator is? Because apparently you don't. The
I
libs
don't think
don't
you know.
protect predators. I do. They're people like you. You're a predator.
Oh, okay. Yes.
I
Why
gotta,
is that?
yeah, because you're over here trying to take advantage of a situation that you're not even involved in. You're
hmm
trying to insert yourself into
Yeah.
it. Harry did nothing wrong. The girl sent the pictures to him freely. Nobody forced him to.
There
Nobody
was no
forced
informed
her to send the
consent.
pictures. She
But
sent them
anywho,
to him freely.
I
But
listen.
I
This was
recognize that.
delightful. I hate to cut
Yes,
this
it's just
short, but they paid to kick you. Sorry, it took a little while, Robbie. I kind of got distracted. Let me go grab. My food has been delivered. I can feel now my blood sugar is getting low. Let me see. Oof, so hungry. Mm, dang, I thought Kiara was back. Okay, just kidding. All right, let me just grab my food. Y'all. Somebody needs to delete Timu from my husband's account. From his phone. I just know there's a fuck ton of fishing lures. He's late to the game. He just figured out Timu. He just decided he wanted to learn about Timu like a month ago, and he's just addicted. Hi, buddy. I don't know what Jose was so upset about. He was very emotional. Yep. Anywho, how is everybody doing? Did we get W. Robbie's in the chat for that? I can't remember. I really want to eat, but like I won't be. I don't know. I want to feed my space first. I won't be able to eat. So give me 1 second. I gotta heat up water. I love he's still crying in the chat. I just wish. Okay, here's my thing. I wish that people understood what parasocial relationships are. Thank you, Skippy. I wish people understood what parasocial relationships are, and I wish people would realize to not stick their necks out for people that they don't know, and they really just don't know what they're doing behind the scenes. And I say that for me too. Like, y'all, please don't go around embarrassing me in these streets, pretending like, you know, and defending me and all that stuff. Like, I'm good. It's fine. Definitely don't. Yeah, exactly, Treyfish. He was the only one that mentioned the goal. The only time that I'll like consistently mention it is on Tuesdays when we do our fundraiser. Like yesterday, we did our fundraiser for Alexis Joy. So I'm really bad at the self promo, y'all. Like, I have like literally all my friends texting me at all times saying like, "Don't forget, mention your Etsy shop, mention this, mention that, the foster wish list." Like,
Well, I'll just do it for you then, if you want to be like that. Guess whose baby's asleep? Guess who has time to hang out with the best person on the internet?
were you listening during that last crash out? Because that was wonderful.
Oh, no, I had the baby.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Well, I do have sad news, y'all. Croqueta was supposed to leave on Thursday morning, so they were going to pick her up on Wednesday, and it turns out it's tomorrow. So, like, they're going to come and get her, and I'm not ready.
Mentally, I'm not ready either. Okay. So, Alina's Etsy store is for the cutesy girls, for the fun girls, for girls. And we wanna obviously lift up women-run and women-owned businesses. So please check out her Etsy store. There's cute Mao merch, and we love a good Mao as our chairman, as our leader. There's mugs, there's t-shirts. Did you already put the hoodies in, love?
Yes.
The hoodies are in too, and we love a good hoodie.
There's two versions, y'all. There's one that like, because I asked the community if they wanted because one option was more size inclusive, and the other option was like a softer quality hoodie. So I went ahead and put both options in there. The softer quality is obviously like more expensive because it's a more expensive product, but that one only goes up to 3x. But there still is the other option there as well that goes up to 5x, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Here we go. I do have the shirt. Hold on, I'm gonna model for you. Give me a second. Oh, no, actually, I don't want to wake up the baby by accident. I'm gonna do it when she's up from her nap.
Okay.
It's very good quality. I can attest to it. I've already washed it twice, and that's the sign. Like if it goes through 2 wash cycles, no problem. It's perfect. It's good quality. Alina doesn't mess around with that. I would also heavily consider looking at her Amazon wish list because she is a foster mom for many, and she's very good at it. She's a very kind
Not
and
anymore.
caring. No, she's a very kind and caring and loving foster mom who actually cares about those little kittens that she takes care of. So if you have any extra funds, consider donating either through Cash App or PayPal. If you only have Venmo, that's fine. You can send it to me. Just let me know that it's for Alina, and then I'll send it right over. But yeah, if you don't want to contribute monetarily, you can also buy stuff off her Amazon wishlist. It feels a little bit more personal, and it can be very useful.
Oh.
So you can check that out in her link tree as well. Oh, is somebody nasty?
Yep.
Oh, is it the microchip again?
Nope.
Is it puppies?
Yep.
All
Oh.
right, there it is.
It keeps landing on my
I don't
feet.
know how many. I don't know how many people.
It keeps landing on my feet.
Yeah, so many people don't really
Oh my
deal
god.
with the poopies. So yeah, that's worth something.
I feel violated. Oh, God.
That's okay. And Alina is also not just a great foster mom, she's also working really hard for the community. She's consistently co-hosting, consistently lifting up other creators, and I want her to get her flowers for that as well. Nobody spreads themselves as thin as Alina does. Like and then also on top of that has like a bad fucking conscience when she's like missing anybody's life, and that's not cute because she is the one that really doesn't get as much as she gives to other people. So I think I'll give her the flowers that she deserves. Thank you so much for sending the
You're gonna make me cry.
subscription, Ruby. Okay, good. Make sure to say thank you.
Did she
If you
just
got
say
it,
good to making me cry? Thank you for sending me the sad fish.
it's a sad fish.
It is a sad fish.
I know.
Thank you, Rubicite.
Oh.
What does it mean when the what's exiting is exactly the same as what's entering?
Usually not good.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also not I'm also not an expert on those things, so I don't think you should ask me.
Oh boy. All right.
It's lack of digestion or it's undigestible. Well, I mean, it's
So Coley, should I just not even bother eating him? Eating him. Oh my god, feeding him until he's warmer. I just don't want him to like.
Is he on a heating pad right now, or did you do the heating disc?
He's on the heating disc, but I'll switch him to the pad.
Okay. It is my space, yes, Katie.
Still do the honey or sugar.
Yeah, okay. I would keep him warmed up, keep up the SQ fluids. I would keep the KMR up though. So I'm sure you know what that means. I'm just being management right now.
So do feed him a camera? But he keeps like exiting the little. Keeps exiting the disc. You gotta stay in there, buddy. You gotta get warm. Don't make me swaddle you.
Do you have to swaddle the kitties sometimes?
Sometimes.
Oh,
I mean, it's not like a real swaddle. Like they can still move around and
it's
stuff.
like a burrito.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Leslie.
Hold on.
Appreciate it. Somebody's name is not my space lawyer. Damn it. Well, I'm Miles' lawyer. Thanks for sending all the heart puffs. Oh, that's a beautiful gift. Kid playing, thank you so much. I'm just gonna say thank you on behalf of Alina while she's doing kitten work. Okay. Yeah. Healthy
Oh
aesthetic
yeah.
girl.
I do
Oh,
think it's I don't know. I think it's kind of strange that he like at his age he should be managing his temperature.
if you have a second, can you reset the live call?
Yes.
Sarah said that she just got you something from your wish list for the
Aw,
kitties.
thank you. You didn't have to do that. And also Leslie sent 30 to clear the goal. I also saw that my bad, that Rebel, I saw it now, to ask, his prof is geared to boss babes. I don't know what that means, but thank you. So goal is cleared. So I don't have to beg anymore, y'all. No more begging today.
No more begging today. In case you didn't catch close to mental breakdown arena yesterday, that's what happened.
Wait, I'm sorry, repeat that?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Mm. Mm-hmm. I'm actually gonna ask you a question later about the background. I love your background so much. It's so
okay.
cute. Oh,
Always.
look at Mao. Look at Mao just sitting there as a little baby.
I need to do an updated pic. Did you hear Mao yelling earlier?
Mm-hmm. He's such a teenager right now. I'm sure that you need to. Is it Coley?
Mm-hmm.
Do I say that right? Just glucose is only a band-aid. Yeah, I figured so.
Yeah. But I know you also can't like warm them up too quickly, so.
Yeah. Well, I know that too. So there we go.
By the way, for those wondering what the Mao merch looks like, he's Chairman Mao.
It's so perfect. I love
Obviously looks like that.
it. I have a different one. Oh, thank you, Leslie. Oh my god, that's so cute. Have you seen me triggering people by saying that my job is TikTok?
No, but I've seen Erica trigger people with that. It's so funny.
It's beautiful. Yeah, TikTok is my job, my full-time job. Okay.
This is what I got.
Ooh, that looks good.
It's
At
some
this
kind of
point,
lentil bowl.
I don't even know why that's wrong to say, because that's where I get my income from. That's my primary source of income.
All right,
And
I'll
then
give
I'm
them
a mom
smaller and
too.
more frequent meals. I can't believe Croquetta's leaving.
Croquette is such a good little girl.
She's gonna love her life in Vermont. She's moving to a blue state.
Bernie State.
Can you guys hear me too?
Mm, very slightly. It's okay. I can fill up
Nah, I'm
the. Are you the best? You're the best. Very much. I have misophonia, so to me, chewing is a nightmare.
I just don't want to leave you alone in the silence, but if you can fill it up.
I can fill it up. I can yap a little bit. So my first yap of the day is gonna be. What do I want to talk about? Oh yeah, that it's spring finally, and that I'm so excited for Easter decoration. I'm probably gonna decorate tomorrow, right before my surgery. There's nothing that makes me happier than having a seasonal decoration in my house. It makes me so happy, and I spend so much money on it, but it's worth it. Oh, we might have opposition. Hello there, straight up media. Do you disagree with the background?
I kind of do. Start. First off, let me be a gentleman. I actually say, hey, hello, how y'all doing today?
Good.
So, 31 from Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't
Nice to
really.
meet.
I'm sorry.
I said nice to meet you.
Nice to meet y'all too. And you all voted for Donald Trump?
No.
Well, I'm trying to figure out why not.
Is that a topic in the background?
No, you said libs, so I just didn't know you so. But why do you say the
Wait, you
USA
don't think
doesn't
you
like?
don't think that we would be capable of well, firstly, we're not libs, but even if we were, you don't think that we can criticize our own side?
Well, I mean, I guess in a way, but you say the USA doesn't like women. Like, what do you mean?
Well, I mean, it's just gonna mean that there's systemic oppression that affects predominantly women in multiple categories, and there just doesn't seem to be a systemic oppression against men.
Well, I always say this thing, and this is kind of how I view things, and this might kind of ruffle some feathers, but I really think that it's not that because a lot of women say that all men are dogs and or not dogs. You know, they always say that it's always the guys, but I think in my God,
They paid to
I,
kick him, Kiara. That was
Oh,
the guy, the
oh,
yeah,
I
weirdo.
didn't know.
I'll just say
You're
this,
good.
and like this might ruffle some feathers, but I really think that it's not that all guys are dogs. Is I think that a lot of women are professional dog catchers. Can you disagree or disagree?
Victim blaming. We love it.
How's
That's
it? I would like to know for sure. How do you think
like
that's victim blaming?
what is the behavior that attracts abuse? Let me know.
What's the behavior? Okay, so
Yeah, like what do I do? What do people that are victims of that? Like what do they do specifically? Explain
now
that.
I'm definitely not talking about SA, and I'm definitely not talking about that.
Okay, well, just abuse in general. Go ahead and tell me, like, what exactly do women do that it attracts them or that they catch, quote unquote, people around them that are abusive? Tell me.
Well, okay, so I think a lot of things now, and this goes for men too, but I think men have been known for doing this for a long time. But I really think that a lot of women don't take accountability, you know? So,
Accountability for being abused.
no, like I said, we're not talking about SA. We just agreed
I
on that.
didn't just say, I said that it doesn't just have to be a say. Abuse is like
Yeah, well, no,
entails like multiple things. Like, it doesn't make you uncomfortable if I say abuse?
no, it's not making me uncomfortable. This is
Okay,
simple.
so it's like a overarching category, and there's like multiple things that would fit in that category. What exactly are you talking about then?
Okay, so you said that it's victim blaming, and the discussion I had said it was all about women. I said that they think all guys are dogs, and I said some women are professional dog catchers,
Okay,
right?
so what are you referring to then?
Okay, so I think sometimes, and I'm not saying all women, okay, I'm not saying all women because there are some very intelligent women out here, right? So what I'm saying is when it comes to some women, the USA does not like women. I think that sometimes some women these days don't hold themselves accountable to being upstanding women. And they put themselves in position often, I'm not saying all, often they put themselves in position to be gullible and vulnerable to guys. Like case in point, right? like body shaming. It's very glorified, and you know, this is me
I feel like
personally.
okay, I don't know if you took a dance class recently, but you're dancing all over the place and I have no idea. Like I want like a very clear and defined answer to my question.
Okay,
When we say all men, and you specifically said all men are dogs, what do we refer to?
players, guys that just use women for XEX, and
Okay, and then tell me how it's women's behavior or women's attitudes or whatever you want to call it that make them deserving of that kind of treatment. Go.
okay. So and you please steer me in the right direction if I go off course, please. All right. So just to kind of answer your question, like, okay, so and this is not all women. I want to specify that it's not all women. Okay, I've met some outstanding women, especially out here in the state of Alabama. And especially at Alabama State University, Roll Tide. Sorry, I had to represent. But what I'm saying is, there's some women, right, that and this is from what I've seen, multiple times, and is the adage, you don't say hate the player, hate the game, right? So there is certain times when I've seen certain women who see a guy with six pack, nice blue eyes, the good old country boy, right? And just don't even know his personality at all. And they would
And
give
then
it up.
they deserve to be played and abused. Is that
No,
what you're
no, what
saying?
I'm saying is they,
So how about
no,
just a thing? Okay, so
okay.
you're essentially
Well,
describing like
you,
maybe
you asked my
somebody.
question. You asked my
Yeah, but
question.
you're dancing around so much, bro. Like it's not even funny. I'm trying to get a direct answer, and I keep getting no. Actually, there's so many women that are great. Like bro, just give me an answer. You're clearly uncomfortable
No,
because you're
I'm not.
either say it with your chest out, what you mean, say it, or stop dancing around. Like I don't know.
Okay.
I need a clear, direct answer so I can address it.
Okay. So a lot of women. Okay.
Where you currently going, it's just not it, friend. It's just
Okay.
not it.
So
So
okay.
say it.
Just to be clear and direct, a lot of women like to be promiscuous with no accountability afterwards. No, they put themselves.
What's the accountability?
The accountability is that good and well that guy is probably going to be a fuck boy, and then this, but you still go in the fire even though that there's a good chance.
And where do you get that information from?
This is just personal experience from what I've seen
Well, it
personally.
just seems like you just seem to have access to their mental state. And I want to know, like, how do you find out that they knew, firstly, that they were going to get played, or secondly, that they were not taking any accountability? So that's like weird as fuck to me. Please go ahead. Explain that.
Well, okay. Well, every time I try to explain myself, I'm trying to get to the point, and it's not fast enough
You
for you.
yeah, because you're using 10 words where 5 words suffice. And I'm somebody that gets wordy, but even I'm like, please land the plane.
Okay, so what question do you want me to get? Because we're at the point where I said that promiscuity
What
comes to
accountability?
right?
What
So
accountability? What's accountability if you have consensual sex with somebody?
okay,
Afterwards.
so consensual sex. Okay, so me, I'm a faith-based person, right?
I'm not fucking
So
up.
when you mix bodies, you know what you're going to get afterwards. So
What do you get afterwards?
if you agree to consensual, right, and that person doesn't give what you're longing for, then whose fault is that?
What do you mean?
Right. Like that's what I'm saying.
I don't know what you mean. No, not right. What the fuck are you talking about?
Praise Satan. Who's saying that? Oh,
Oh
Lord.
my god, don't read the comments.
Sorry.
Please focus.
No.
It's already like harder than getting the attention of a goldfish. I swear to God, I'm about to get my keys out. Please just stay. I'm having such a hard time just getting straight answers. I need you to really tell me what accountability is necessary if you're promiscuous or if you have consensual sex.
Okay, so then because men, we're not emotional people, right? Women are.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Do you mean that for real?
Type this. Men are not emotional, right?
Not when it
Did you
comes to
see Jose
relationships.
crash out? What the fuck?
Who's Jose?
The guy that was here before.
I guess I must have missed him. I apologize.
He was very emotional.
Give me a second, Alina. I don't know if you can put me on the big screen with the TikTok studio.
You might have to do it yourself.
Okay, hold on. Over.
Oh, he says he's here.
Ah, there
Yeah,
we go.
he says he's here. The guy Jose.
Yeah, yeah, he got paid to kick. So, um,
He's still like a nice guy. He seems really nice.
yeah, he keeps calling us like lonely cat ladies.
Without jobs and stuff like that.
Don't have jobs. He's a very sorry.
It is interesting how you are like so quick to defend someone you don't even know.
No, I just said he seems like a swell guy. I'm sorry.
From off of what?
No, just he's been able. He's still in the section, so he seems pretty engaged in the conversation. When I meant women are
Bars on the
emotional,
ground.
no, when I meant that women are emotional, can be emotional, is not as much as guys. A lot of guys, I'm not saying all, okay? Not saying all. All I'm saying that a lot of guys are not as emotional after they have consensual sex. Women are. It's just that more majority women have the more emotional attachment afterwards. So if that's something that you can tell from a, we're all old, right? We're over the age of 18, and we know that we can tell right from wrong, right? And if you can smell that this guy is probably going to be a player or something like that, and you still go forth with it, then yes, that's you not being accountable for your emotions.
If I went off of what you are saying, then I would not be married right now.
Okay. Well, that's the thing. You found the secret to dating. You found your man. You found what it takes to be in a happy relationship. Now, when it comes to this particular generation, promiscuity. Sorry, I may have mispronounced that, but that's more glorified than actual relationships, and it goes both ways. But like
Excuse
I
me,
said,
what? Like
what do you mean? What's your question?
being promiscuous is more glorified? Okay, so then why aren't you saying that what Harry did was wrong?
I have
It's
no
not
idea who Harry
promiscuous.
is. I mean,
So
if
what are you
Harry was
doing
just
here? I don't understand.
You asked me about the prompt, and that's what I'm answering. You said USA doesn't like
US
women.
word-
Oh, okay. I'm
word
sorry. I thought he was arguing something
woman.
else.
No, I apologize. I
Um,
think you're
No,
getting me
that's my
confused
bad.
with the Jose fella. But from what I heard about the whole Harry thing, it was about. I mean, can you just keep me informed, and I can give you the
no, that
answer?
one. No, we're not gonna do that one
Okay.
right
Well, I
now.
apologize, but
Let's,
no.
no, we're gonna stay on that one right now.
Okay. Well,
So, okay. So, firstly, this
Jose's
idea that
asking to be
men.
brought
The
up.
first thing.
They paid to
Can
kick
you
him,
stop
so
engaging with fucking Jose? Like,
Okay.
please. Okay. Like, he's paid to kick. He's done. Okay. He's very much
can come back
crashing out right now. Yeah. Yeah, but this idea that men aren't emotional is fucking insane. Like, actually insane. I don't know where you're getting that from. You guys had like a really great time by rebranding emotions and excluding like anger and aggressiveness, and being mad. Like, it seems like to me that we are all very much emotional beings, and I think women have way far beyond like more emotional control than men do. Clearly, have you ever seen like men reacting to their favorite sports team losing? They will literally knock out the TV. You telling me that that's not emotional?
and flip cars, set them on fire.
I think you misunderstood what I was saying.
Yeah, they're literally men that that are not engaging in sexual relations, incels, and then they go out and pew pew a bunch of people. That's very fucking emotional. We don't put holes in dry walls, right there, Rangels. We don't do that.
No, what
Drywall
I
is safe
was
around
no.
us.
We
There's a
don't.
difference, and I couldn't be more agreeing with what you're saying. Right? I couldn't be more agreeing with what you're saying. I myself have had emotional outbursts and things like that. And like when they say that men don't have a sensitive side, that's bull butter because I know they do. Right? And so, but my thing is what I was saying on the emotional part. I said when it takes promiscuity, I can't pronounce the word. My apologies. But when women are promiscuous, right? Like afterwards, they're more emotionally attached than the men are, and that's where I was getting at. So when it comes to relationships and love and feelings, you all are more emotional attached, and the guys
That's
aren't.
actually not true at all. I don't know where you're getting that from.
But like I
What's your
said,
source on that? What's your source on that?
my source is
Vibes.
live. My source
The
is
source of life is not a
life and
source. So
experiences.
I honestly think your perception of life is really odd, and I'm not following, because I have seen men literally crying on my floor and having a tantrum when I told them that I don't want anything serious.
But that's you, love. That's not all. You don't speak for every woman. I don't speak for every
That's
man.
why it's not a good metric. That's why I don't make absolutist claims like women are more emotional than men and just base it off of my experience, because it's unintellectual and
No,
it's just not going to bring us forward. And that's why I said, what is your source? And your life is not a good standard.
no. My thing is because I do get involved with a lot of people, and I have a lot of female friends who have the
Okay,
same
no,
story. So, but the thing is, you're putting.
I have different stories. Okay, so this is why it's not a good standard. We already established that.
But
Why are you discrediting my life then? Like,
I'm
do you
not
know that
discrediting it.
how
I
many
just gave you
times like
credit.
men are being caught cheating and they literally have like a mental breakdown on your, like, hold on. Actually, matter of fact, let's just show how emotional men are. Give me 1 second.
I'm going to get tag team or something. I hope not.
No, this is just me.
I just want to give a shout out to my school, Alabama Christmas Tide Roll Tide.
This is literally men when they're caught cheating. Okay, just showing you this real quick. And this is something that share a lot of women that experience. Like, I've seen this way too many times. Like, please, men are so incredibly emotional. So even though I don't even know why we're getting to this, because the point being, women hold accountability very well after they're having like multiple partners. So I don't know why you're talking about that. Secondly, I don't think that they deserve to be emotionally manipulated if they didn't get informed consent.
Okay, so my thing is, so you're saying that the women shouldn't be manipulated, right?
Yeah, if you manipulate women to get some sexual gain, I don't think that we should be blaming the women. We should blame the men for not conducting themselves in an ethical way. I
But
don't know why the
how's
women
it the
have to
man's
take the
fault?
slack.
But that's the thing is, then
Because you're the one that is being deceiving, and you're the one that is unethical in it.
but that
Do you
goes.
think that it's ethical? Do you think that it's ethical to lie to somebody to get them to sleep with you?
Okay, I don't. But the thing
Okay,
is,
so what is that? What is that behavior? What would you
but that
call
goes
that?
back to my whole thing. What I
What
said.
would you call that if you're lying to somebody to get them to sleep with you?
That's called deception.
It's called coercion too.
Yeah, and the thing
Okay,
is,
so it's a
and
form of SA. It's a
and
form of SA. And why are we glorifying men, continuously portraying that behavior, and instead of focusing on them saying like, oh, well, hate the game, not the player, and shit like that, and not actually addressing that that's not how you should be playing games? You can absolutely have sex with somebody without having to lie to them. Women want to have sex too. They don't need to be deceived. Like that's bullshit. Deceived. God, I can't talk either today.
it's okay. I got the tongue butters too. It's okay. The thing is, and I agree with you. I even go to a part that I too have said that that's a form of rape, and I don't like that either. But at the
Okay,
same,
then why are we blaming women?
but
If
hold on,
that's what
hold
you
on,
agree with.
hold on. Though this is what I'm saying. It's not. I'm not putting this all on women at all, because I've seen guys who, but I've also seen girls and women do the same exact thing. So it's not just the
Okay, well,
guys.
that would be wrong.
Well,
Yes, but it is mostly men, and that's the thing that is glorified
but see
within
that once again,
society.
you're
Hey,
now
hold
you're
on.
being now you're being contradicting though.
Do you
You're being
disagree that it
contradicting now
is more
because you just said.
glorified with men? No, I don't agree with anybody doing that. We're talking about something that disproportionately affects women. If you're telling me that we have this overwhelming issue that women are the ones that are being deceiving and are lying in order to get sexual favors, like disproportionately, then I need to get a source, because I can provide several sources that it is more likely to be men that are using those tactics, and it is also socially acknowledged that men are the ones that are being perceived the players and the ones that are lying and deceiving in order to get some sexual gains out of women.
You want statistical sources when it comes to emotions, and
Do you
that's
disagree? Do you disagree that men are ones that are mostly the ones that are being deceptive and creating like some form of games to get women to sleep with them?
to answer your question, no, and to piggyback off of that, you also being contradicting
Then
no as
why
well.
did you say it?
No, because
At the
like I said,
beginning.
you want sources off emotions and stuff like that.
I do. You can.
you can't
This
find
little monster.
You can absolutely find sources on emotions. There is a whole area of study that has that. Look at that little baby.
that's a cute
Covered
kitty.
head to toe in wet food.
There's
Fully face first in there.
there's actually 2 areas of study that would discuss that. So the first one would be sociology and the other one would be psychology. So there's plenty of statistics.
But how does it go for scenario? For each scenario, personal things. I don't know your backstory. I don't know anybody
I
on this
don't care
thing.
about my backstory and I don't care about yours, respectfully.
Okay, my thing is, so you're asking for sources, and I'm
Yes,
telling
because
you.
then stop making claims if you don't know.
But
Like,
the
if you're
thing
just
is,
going
this is
based off your experience, it's just gonna be categorically false because we have biases and we don't have a clear perception of things when we're affected by our own mind. Like, we can make clear assumptions. We cannot process data in a meaningful way because we're biased.
But
That's
ma'am,
why we
but
have studies
in
that
your
are mind
question to me,
independent.
in your question to me, to agree with you that men are the ones who are being deception like
Mostly.
this, isn't that also a bias as well?
I said mostly because it's not a bias. That is something that I can prove statistically, and it is also a social consensus. Like, you literally talked about it at the beginning. You were making out men to be the players and women to be the ones that fall for it. That's literally what you started with.
And
So you understand
that's
that
the
there is a
harsh
social.
reality, though.
Okay, you're telling me right now that the social consensus is not that men are the ones that are more likely to be the players in society?
That's what the society wants you to believe, but it's not true.
That's okay. Well, then give me evidence,
Don't
because
There's
I
no
have
evidence.
evidence. I have evidence.
Okay, so that's the thing. Like, okay, so you're married right now, right? So can anyone tell you how to love your husband statistically?
That's not what it is.
No, be honest.
Yes,
Like,
and they
no.
can. They can. There are certain metrics that we can apply to determine whether or not I'm a
Can
good person in a relationship.
Okay, so
That would be, for example, measured into like happiness quotas. Like, they
but
look at people that are married and how happy they are, and they're looking at certain characteristics and traits that are portrayed within that marriage. So, for example, somebody that is like constantly lying to their spouse, that is making their spouse feel bad by being emotionally or physically abusive, they're not going to have as likely of good outcomes, and that can be absolutely proven statistically. So yeah, there is some things there, and it's also not the same.
Okay, so my point is, and I'm trying to break this down for you, right? So the thing is, like, if you were to divorce your husband, right, and the next woman comes up, and you had a blueprint of how to actually please your husband, satisfy him, and stuff like that. If you written a whole blueprint for the next woman, do you think she can do what you do to him, even though you gave her a complete blueprint?
No, I understand that
Exactly.
there is
So when it
different.
comes
Hold
to
on,
emotions and
no,
stuff
not
like that,
exactly, not exactly. I can definitely say though, and this applies for everybody, that you shouldn't be emotionally and physically abusing like your spouse, or that you shouldn't portray certain characteristics. That will be true in all instances. Then obviously you have very specialized preferences and a very unique relationship, and that is like beyond that. But even that you can measure through studies, but we're very much focused on something that can be measured. I'm talking about measurable traits. It can be measured how likely a man is to lie to a woman, or how likely a woman is to lie to a man to get sexual favors.
and like I said,
And I have the study right here.
so the thing is, you want a study to tell you how to act on stuff like that, and
No,
you
that's
can't.
not how I act. That's how I form conclusions.
But that's
If you're
you.
saying, if okay, do you think that there is a value in having like certain data points and information.
Correct. But the thing is, can I just
No,
say
not
this?
correct. I'm asking you a question. Do you think that there is value in having certain data points?
Yeah, but when it comes down to the
Okay,
nitty
great. So
gritty,
for example, if we see that a social group in society is conducting themselves in a certain way and portraying certain characteristics that can be sociologically measured and even tied to some psychological phenomena, do you think that we have a responsibility as a society to then intervene and make them act a different way to not harm others within society?
correct, and I agree with you.
Okay,
But the
great.
thing
So
is,
now that we know that men use a lot of tenets of grape culture and
not
they're
men,
upholding
not
like
all men.
patriarchal structures, now that we know that men are more likely to deceive their partners when it comes to engaging in sexual relationships, we should hold them accountable just like every other gender, but focus mostly on the social group that is portraying those characteristics more.
You're incorrect on that.
I'm correct on that. Okay.
That's
So
what
now
you
that
want
I
to say.
know now that we know that men are more likely to engage in those actions, we should call them out.
Okay, just because you say that doesn't mean a statistical fact. Now, can I please
It is
rebuttal
a
to that?
statistical fact. The
Can I
statistical fact
can I
is right
please
here.
rebuttal to that?
Yeah, you can in a second. It's sex lies and fMRI, gender differences and neutral basis of deception. There you go.
And who's the source of that?
That would be the National Library of Medicine.
The National Library of Medicine, right?
Yes.
Okay. So my thing is when it comes to two consensual adults, right? Like when they're in that room, there's no statistics and nothing like that, right? Now
Sorry,
I'm
say
not
that
saying
again.
there's no statistics. Now you got me with the mouth butter. I'm sorry. Now there's no statistics when it comes down to that, right? So my thing is you have statistics not in the bedroom say if there's me or somebody else, right? Is nobody's there, no one knows the emotional impact. It's all hearsay. So when people are doing these studies, it's about their experiences, right? So they're telling researchers about their experiences, right? They're telling them about their experiences. That's how they collect data. Now, when you're telling a story to researchers who come up with these statistics and these sources, right? It's all hearsay. No,
What's their motive to lie within that study?
you don't think men or women lie about stories that they've been through?
What's their motive? I can tell you the motive why somebody would lie. Okay, but I'll ask you specifically what the motive would be to engage in a study and lie if it's an anonymous study that you can literally not track whether or not you have been truthful or not. What's the incentive that person would have?
I'm gonna be very careful with my response because I'm already knowing how you're gonna get triggered by this question. Now,
No, it's not a question. I want an answer.
okay, well, I'm gonna give you an answer, but before I give it to you, I'm prepared because I know how you're gonna respond. Now, you asked the question of what's the motive to lie about this, right? Now we all
In a
know
study.
we all know when it comes to SA, a lot of people are ashamed of it and don't want to come forth. Me myself have been a victim of SA. So I understand because it took me a long time to come out and tell my mom the things that happened as a kid when I was SA, right? Now, at that same time, I applied that same principle of holding some things out. And that's why I say
That's not what it is. It would be obviously within your personal life and the
exactly.
personal
So
stigma. Oh my God, no, not exactly. The personal life and stigma that is surrounded by it would obviously influence your ability to be open about certain things. But within an anonymous study, if somebody just drops off a questionnaire, they don't know you personally, they don't know your life, they have ethical standards, they cannot release the statements that you have said. Nobody can ever know what you have answered on this questionnaire. What's the incentive of lying?
trust. Trust that what you say is not really, it doesn't matter if it's anonymous or not. That's something you hold secretly.
If I'm participating in a study, okay, and they ask me what kind of peanut butter I use, and I say crunchy instead of smooth.
Not
Nobody
the same.
knows who I
Not the
am. I
same.
know it's not the same, but I want to know What's the incentive of lying? I understand that social stigma has prevented a lot of victims of being open and saying the things they need to say. I understand that. But I can explain that because of the social factor. But there is no social factor in that study. There is none. So please tell me how that would be an incentive then.
Okay. So this study library, what's the name of the source again? What was the name of the source?
I had to step away from my computer. Give me a second. I can look it up in my phone.
And I'm having this conversation with you without even telling you my background, which is irrelevant. But I asked that source very, very respectfully. That's why I asked.
Yeah, I just said 1 second. I had to step away from my computer.
And by the way, I just want to say thank you so much for having me on the panel. And you know, we're not going back and forth on the typicals, but I just want to say thank you for having a great dialogue. Roll Tide. And I am learning something. Trust me. I've had this conversation with plenty of my female friends, so this is nothing new to me. And no, not War Eagle,
So
Roll
there's
Tide.
gender differences,
Roll Tide.
gender differences in face-to-face deceptive behavior is one. Psychology Today also released a article regarding that men are more likely to engage in deceptive behavior. And the other study that I had on my computer, I forgot what it was called. I gotta look it up again. But this is it's just like also a social consensus that men are more likely to participate in that kind of behavior, and you even yourself brought it up at the beginning.
I'm stalking it on my name. Okay. So my thing is, like, I don't want this to be victim shaming, right? And the thing is, I think that what reality is and what you're basing everything off of is stats and stuff like that, you know, which is cool. I'm not discrediting your stuff.
That's not what I base it
I
on.
just want to have a moment to just explain this without there being no confusion,
Yeah,
and help me understand. Like, I'm not trying to be sexist at all, but
you
what's the
are.
problem? What's the problem with me saying I have female friends? Like, what's the problem with that?
Because female is, I think it's a very weird way to refer to a social category, which is women. Like it just refers to their sex and their reproductive system instead of like the like the social relevance of the conversation, which would be the gender category.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. Well, women,
You,
female. I mean, I'm not
yeah,
trying to be this.
female would
So
just refer to somebody's sex, to their biological traits. Gender would refer to their psychology and their sociological belonging, which is more relevant in a social discussion.
okay, well, that's educating me because I didn't see a problem with that. I apologize. So I have friends who are women. Let me be very careful here. My thing is, I get what you say, and the thing is, my whole thing is called straight up, right? And like I said, I'm not going to tell you my background because one, it's irrelevant, but I have experience, right? So not only in studies, but with people itself in a social economic environment, right? So, but on a personal level, I've seen things that where I know for sure your statistics don't come into play. I've seen situations. Uh, I've seen situations to where, you know, I get what you're saying, you know, and I'm gonna give you a slight advantage and give you a slight agreement that it is partially uh, men, but at the same time, what I was trying to tell you is that when it comes to this, is the things that women can just be just as equally manipulative
Yes,
when
and
it comes.
nobody denied that. And this is like what
Right,
pisses
but
me
what I'm
off, that
saying is, and
everybody's
it's kind of
thinking when
hold
I'm
on,
talking about, no,
but
this is
can
no, I'm not gonna let you like misconstrue my argument. I don't think that the behavior is bad because it comes from men. I believe that the behavior is bad, period, regardless of who is portraying those behaviors. But I still have understanding that when we talk about social groups and we analyze society, that we can see that there are certain expectations and characteristics upheld by a specific social group, and that one is men. Women are not expected to act accordingly. They're not expected to be players. They're not expected to be deceptive. They're not expected to do those things. So
But
that's why I'm
that's
making
their
a very
problem with
clear
society is because
distinction. That's
the
why I'm making a
expectation is
very
not
clear
there. But
distinction.
that
There
should be
is
the
an
expectation. No,
expectation.
it's not, because the
There is an
expectation, there is women
expectation
who
to
are
men.
players. There are women
Absolutely.
who are
I
players,
understand, but it's not a social expectation. It's not a social norm.
and that's the reason why you are
Women are
triggered, because
shamed
that's
way differently than men are when they're players. 100%. Are you kidding me? There's even a unique word for it. Name a word that is specifically targeting men when they're being promiscuous. I have one for women, and it's derogatory.
they're called fuckboys. That's what they're called.
And is that like a derogatory word instead of like slut shaming?
It's the
Or
same.
being like a 304 and all those things, it's not the same thing. Even the association, instead of saying like he's the one that is doing the effing, he's the one that is the one the giver, and they're even glorified to a certain extent. And if you disagree with that, you're just not being intellectually honest right now.
No,
It's very clear to me
no.
that women are treated very differently than men are for being promiscuous.
Right, and like I say, it goes both ways, and I definitely agree with what you're saying. Right, I definitely agree. Definitely agree with what you're saying. Right, and that's why I said that sometimes I'm not saying all women, because I've seen some stand-up women. You yourself is shown off to be very intelligent, and I applaud you, because I respect people who are married, because they found the secret that other people are looking for, and they
I
can't.
was a big hoe before that. Big
Okay,
one.
well, but
Very big hoe. I had so many bodies. Slept around like crazy.
I'm dead.
Huge roster. Big
are you
one.
are you
Damn,
trolling, or are you being for real?
there's not a town where I wasn't known in.
You know what's
Are
funny
you
is, for
are you
whatever reason,
trolling, or are you
my
just being for
camera is
real?
having a glitch, and so I'm back sitting at my desk, but it shows I'm a ghost. So either I died or I don't know what, but
Yeah, you died. You're gone. I mean, you're a ghost.
I
No,
want to know.
I mean,
I want to know more about this hoe.
that's why I had to leave Germany, because they were, I just got a little bit too known. That's why I moved to
So hubby
America to
turned a hoe
begin
into a housewife. That's crazy.
with. Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
So these studies, right? And they got people on the back channel messaging me. That's why I had teacupped. And so, because they're doing the live too right now. So, uh, and they too are disagreeing with what I'm saying. But my thing is, like I said, I don't know if you were trolling with me saying you got body after body. Hey, that's your story, and I'm not saying that it's right. But my thing is that you want to go, no, roll tide, no, roll tide. Sorry, they're trying to troll me in the chat. No, it's roll tide. My thing is, like I said, I'm not trying to say that I agree with.
I think it's actually spelled Go Gators. Actually, I think that's actually how it's spelled.
That's fucked up. I don't even know what that means, but go team, go sports.
My thing is like I get what you're saying, right? And I'm not saying this for all women. I'm not saying this for all men. That's why I always say it's not that all guys.
It is all men.
All right.
Yeah, I don't understand like what's not clicking. I understand that women can be terrible, but we're talking about a system, which is the patriarchy, and within the patriarchy, it is all men.
Right.
Okay. And when you say that, does that, I know that it upsets a lot of men, but why does it upset you, I wonder?
It doesn't upset me at all. I think we should hold. But I think there is a general consensus that with some women, when it comes to certain situations, not saying all before you jump down the throat, I'm saying that there are certain situations to where women, they know their fire they're getting into, and they do.
No.
And hold on before you cut me off. I just want to say this right quick. No, I'm not putting this generalization on everybody. I'm not, because I've seen women get SA, and until this day, it still grinds my gears, right? But at the same time, I've seen the same situation. This is not statistical, that you can't find on a source. It's just live, right? And I've seen to where some women They go into the fire, and they know good and well that there's going to be a negative outcome, and they act like victims. Now, I'm not
That's
saying
crazy
hold
to
on,
me that
so
you're
hold on,
saying
wait a
that.
minute, because
That's so
I
crazy for
know
you to
that
say that.
that key word was going to trigger
Yeah.
you. One second, let me land the
Consent. Yeah.
plane. Can I please land the plane, and then you can rebuttal, please? We're having a nice dialogue. I want to continue, but I
I'm not
want
gonna be
to.
nice. I'm not gonna be nice for somebody who is being a
No,
victim
no,
blamer.
because you hear that word victim, and then you get triggered by it.
It's
Am I
not a
correct?
trigger. It's you just being an asshole. Just like when I hear
I'm not being an
if I hear
asshole.
somebody being a Nazi, then I also do the
No,
same
no,
thing.
because
Fun
okay,
fact: if I
okay,
hear a shitty person doing shitty things, I'm not just gonna let them do shitty things. It's not a trigger on my behalf. I'm
I'm not
fine.
doing
I'm
that.
fine
Okay,
personally. I just don't care for people that try to dance around the plot just to
I'm
be a victim
not.
blamer. Yeah,
No,
no,
I'm not.
that's
But
what you're
I
doing.
didn't get a chance to land my plane before you interrupted me, so I can clarify, right? Like now, like I said, once again, I'm not saying this is all women at all. You're correct. I'm not saying that. But you can't even acknowledge that sometimes. I'm not even saying that it's a right or wrong thing, but you can't say that sometimes some women do put themselves in the line of fire knowing good and goddamn well they're going to get burned. And sometimes when that happens, they're looking to point the blame game. And I'm not saying it's right or
And
wrong, but hold on.
I'm going to blame the abuser instead of the one that's getting abused. So
Okay,
that's that.
and I'm not saying that. I'm not even going to the part they got abused.
So,
Not saying SA
can
or
I
not
introduce
using
myself, host? Or
emotionally at all. But what I'm saying is that at that point in time, where I'm trying to get with this, they have to be held just as accountable as
No,
well. Not, I'm not
that's
saying
victim
they're being
blaming.
abused. No, I'm not. I'm not
Yeah, it is
victim
victim
blaming at
blaming.
all. I'm not victim blaming at all. I'm not even going to
Hmm.
the point of abuse. Not even SA abuse. I mean
So what
emotional
is
abuse.
it then? What is it then? So somebody said that they knowingly knew that they were getting played, and instead of blaming the person that is being the player, you're blaming the woman that got played.
No, I'm not blaming them at all.
well, why wouldn't you just ask the right questions?
No
And
one's
like, I
talking
think
to
a
you,
lot of,
babe. No one's
well,
talking
I
to you
mean,
yet.
okay, I was
Yeah,
waiting to be.
yeah. And when we were ready to talk to you, we'll introduce you.
Well, I mean, I
What
just
were we saying, Kiara?
what you guys are talking about. So,
No, I was just saying that I don't think that there's any instance where I would blame somebody. Like maybe like I feel like this idea that women consensually are going to be played and heard and then they're not taking accountability is fucking weird. It's odd.
But can you explain how is it weird and how is it odd though?
Because it's just not reality. Like you don't have it. Like what makes you say that?
Okay. So if you take someone, and this might be a bad analogy, and I'm not trying to be mean, I swear, right? This is the analogy I look at, right? If you take someone who has a history of, and you know they have a history of theft and auto theft and jewelry theft, and you take them to a jewelry store, knowing good and goddamn well they have a history of this, and they steal the jewelry, is it your fault? Whose fault is it?
That's not even close to what we're talking about here.
How is it not the same? Because if
Because
you
I
know,
think
the
emotional.
people we're talking about here did not like show that they were that kind of people. They actually showed that they were or pretended to be upstanding people that support women. So like
Exactly. That's the point of being played. Like you had somebody that was lying. Okay. So you would have somebody that lied. I never stole any jewelry. You don't know. And that's the fact then that you got played.
okay, so wouldn't that apply to women too?
Yes. If a woman is a player, I'm already
Vanessa, I
against
swear to
her.
God, if you put one more comment in the chat crying, I'm going to mute you in the chat. Like it's fucking ridiculous. Like, are you old enough to be here? I don't understand. Like, I don't know why you're acting like a
I'm
child.
22 years old. You're the one that doesn't let me talk. I don't know what you're talking about. I think
Because
I've
we
been
take
really
turns
patient.
here. We take turns
Yeah,
here.
but
And the
Oh,
fact that you're
I mean,
32 years old is
I will let,
embarrassing.
if
I've
she
been
wants to
really
talk, I can let her
patient.
talk.
I don't even. I mean, what's the point of having a debate if you can't talk? I was being really patient. I don't know why you're
You weren't
talking
being
about.
really patient. You were literally
You're
here for
so
2 minutes.
triggered. Like, why are you so triggered? I don't.
Because I don't appreciate when people
You say
disrespect the
crying, but I was
space
not.
and cry in the
I've
chat.
been so patient.
32 and still crying is crazy.
You're funny. Okay.
I'm pretty sure she
You
said
can leave at
40.
any
I don't know why
time.
you're so upset. You're
You
so
can leave at
upset.
any time.
You're so upset. I'm fine. I was trying to talk with you ladies. I don't know why.
Yeah,
you're so
you couldn't
upset.
wait your turn. That's crazy.
I mean, I can
Okay.
give my time to
Wow.
her if
You
y'all
guys
would
must be
like.
We don't
really
need
young
you to
because
we don't need you to give your time. Like we do things
No.
in a certain way here, and yeah, people either
Well,
respect
it's
it or
being
been
rude to
don't.
being rude to the people you bring up is how you handle business.
I'm rude to rude people.
I was
uh,
never rude to you at all.
Yeah, yes, you were.
What did I say?
can we just have a sense of decorum? This is a great debate, and I'm willing to learn, but I also would hope that we all can learn from each other. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to ruffle any feathers at all or bring any kind of discourse,
Do you
but
think that everyone is worth learning from?
absolutely, even the ones
Okay.
that troubled
So what
us.
can you learn from Charles Manson?
I'm sorry,
What would you like to learn from Charles Manson?
Charles Manson,
Yes.
like the iller,
Uh-huh.
the serial iller.
Uh-huh.
My thing is that's a whole
Which actually technically
psychological.
he didn't really actually unalive anybody. But you said you could learn from anybody,
Okay,
right?
so when it comes to Charles Manson, that goes to a mental situation, like what mentally happened
Yeah,
to
it's the
him.
difference.
Now, was it right? No, at all. Same thing with Hitler. You know what I mean? Like,
You can't
what
say
was
that
this?
word.
Like, I said Hitler. I didn't say. I know the rules,
Oh,
and
okay, I'm
I know the
sorry.
rules and
I heard
regulations of
I heard the
TikTok.
H. My bad.
No, it's okay. No, I'm not. See, I know what you're doing, trying to bait me into agreeing with the lesser of the evils, and I'm not doing that. I know what you're trying to do. My thing is, anyone can
How
be
can we
learned
have a
from.
genuine conversation if your entire conversation is you trying to dance around what you think we're about to say? Just you don't
Okay,
fall in
so
some
the
kind of
question is,
trap.
to
Like the
answer your
fact that
question,
you
yes,
know that you're about to fall
yes,
into a trap kind of
yeah,
proves the
because
point.
well, I just seen how you talked to Miss Vanessa, and that's the reason why I said that.
Did you see
Now,
how she rudely interrupted before being introduced?
I think she was trying to diamond on the conversation. I think
Yeah,
that's how.
without being do you bust into people's houses and you know without being invited in?
Okay, so to answer your question about Charles Manson,
Okay.
no, I think yes, you can learn from him. I do apologize. Yes, you can. What level of can you learn from him is definitely mental. That's kind of how
Mhm.
I say you can go ahead and do that. That's just me.
So you as a personal like individual, I'm not talking about the society as a whole learning. So you would like to learn what from him specifically?
Would I like to learn? No. The question was, can you learn? Yes. Big difference.
So what could someone learn from Charles Manson
And
individually?
I just stated what mental issues caused him to do the things he did.
An individual
That's
person without any sort of ability to study mental disorders can learn from him.
for sure. Now, when I was in college, let me tell you something. When I was in college, right, and I do have a college education over there at State of Alabama, uh, Roll Tide. I just want to say that when that does happen, one of the things I studied, it was about pizza, right? Crazy things about pizza, right? Domino's. Domino's has some of the worst pizza in America, right? But we studied the fact that they actually had they went to the drawing board and what made them be a better brand of pizza now. Now, what I'm saying when it comes to situations like Charles Manson, where I don't even know where you're going with this, because the evil he did, it can help you learn mentally the signs or what to look out for.
But an individual without that knowledge is not going to be able to learn that. They're going to make assumptions based on what true crime shows that they've watched. That's not valuable.
Can I just ask where are you going with this and how does this relate to the subject?
The point is that not everyone, because you said, oh, like, we're just trying to learn from each other here. Like, I'm sorry, you don't have anything that I can learn from.
Me personally, I can't.
Respectfully.
My thing is, I don't think you're putting yourself in a position to actually learn anything. I think you're in a position to where you have to be right in your subject, and I think you're using your personal experiences as source, and it's not.
No, I'm actually
You
not
want to
using
go
my. I
off.
haven't. You're not talking to Kiara right now. You're talking to the host. I haven't actually like talked at all really to you because I was busy dealing with the kittens and stuff like that. So I haven't mentioned any personal experience of mine. So I don't know what you're
I'm sorry.
talking about.
I apologize.
Also,
I keep trying to plan a little bit. I
the little
apologize.
crybaby up top, they paid to kick you before you even said anything.
Aw.
W. Drea said, I don't even want to hear from Vanessa. Normally I would respect the 10-minute rule, but no, thank you.
Beautiful.
Oh, okay. Well, with that being said, like I said, just know I don't understand why you can't learn from me because I think when it comes to learning, and this is me personally, right? Like, I don't like to go in a room where I'm the smartest person. I like to go in ignorant, right? And that's my whole conception about who I am as a person. So I do have plenty of women friend, and I do hear their stories about situations where they essay, and there are things that I talked about that you know what, maybe I was wrong, maybe I was insensitive as a man, right? And so that's why I'm saying, like, I understand the things that I have personally done to women, and they can learn from me just as well. And I think on this panel, I think there's a point to where you all are just gun ho about just being angry when it comes to certain situations, to where you're not saying that, hey, some people can be held accountable to certain situations. Now, I'm not victim blaming, and like I said, I'm very much against women who do go through these things. And I gave you the kudos and the agreement that, hey, yes, it is the majority of men, but there's a slight advantage to where some women do the same thing, but they're not as exposed to it, to certain people, because there is a certain way where, you want to believe it or not, there is a double standard. Now, there was a TV show with the WWE character, and there was a OF model who kept doing the same thing publicly. Now, you can research that later on. But those are things where you see more women are being held accountable to certain situations. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to do anything. And
Accountable to what? Accountable to what?
what do you think that men do so wrong that women just that it
Now,
gets them?
what does an OF model have to be held accountable for? Tell me.
If you go watch the video, and I'll be glad to share it in your inbox, that shows the same thing.
Models,
They're here to
I'm
pick
not
up Cricket, though,
asking
so I
about.
need a few minutes.
Yeah, you're okay. You don't need to tell me a specific instance where one person is doing something wrong.
But how's that not the same as a study? The same study.
If no, it's not a study.
That's just
If
saying,
one
you're
person,
contradicting
no,
yourself.
it's not. It's not.
You're hella
If you,
contradicting yourself.
no, it's not. If there is one person doing something wrong that happens to be a teacher, right? That doesn't make the category of teachers wrong. It makes that person wrong. But if I keep seeing a systemic issue that reoccurs in the category of cops, for example, then I can make an assertion, and I can form a conclusion that a cap is true.
Roll Tide. At this point, I just want to know why you said you couldn't learn from anything I said. I just want to understand why you couldn't.
What? I didn't hear you.
With everything I said in this nice discussion, and I'm gonna have to bounce in a minute. I really wanted to hear from that Vanessa chick, because I wanted to hear what she had to say.
She's paid to kick, so
I have
she's
no idea what
not.
that means, but
That means that she can no longer come up here. Somebody paid to kick.
okay, all right. Okay, no, what I'm saying is, and
I
like,
want you to address my argument.
what was the question? I would definitely do it.
It's not a question. It's an argument. You either rebut it or you agree with it. There's no in between. I said very specifically that there can be people within all different types of social categories doing a wrong action, and that would apply to every single social category. But we can analyze that there are certain behaviors and traits that reoccur systemically within one social group, and then we have to call out the social group. So there's the difference between a teacher doing a wrong thing, but there not being a systemic issue, versus police having a systemic issue, and therefore the words or the acronym ACAP being true.
Okay. So with that said, I get what you're saying now, and I apologize for not understanding in the beginning. I'm going to agree to disagree with you. Okay. No,
What's the disagreement?
the disagreement is when it comes to studies and things like that. What you're saying when it comes to statistics and statistics, I can't pronounce them. I got mouth butter. But what I'm saying is basically is that, you know, I'm a professional, right? And so with that being said, I understand studies. Like, even when you have a scientific experiment, you have hyperboles, right? And they give you margin of error for certain things. Now, what I'm saying is the margin of error when it comes to your overall conversation that you're having right now, there is a large margin of error when it comes to these things that has not been exposed because of the way that society
Not
is
a
right
large.
now.
There's
No,
not a large margin of error. Where do you get that information from?
no, I said small margin of error, and I say large margin
Okay,
of
and I
error.
understand. Like this
But
is
I'm
what
saying that that's
that is
the
accounted
the
for.
the
That
margin
is
of error when
accounted
it
for.
comes to
That's accounted for. That's accounted for
that's
in
not
statistics.
accounted for. That's the
That is
problem right
accounted
now
for.
because some
No,
women
it
don't want to take
literally,
accountability
quite
with that.
literally is. It quite. I
That's
don't know if you ever
not the
took.
thing is you
No,
don't want to address it.
if you ever took a stat class or if you ever took a research class, you would know damn well that that is included. That there is a margin of error that is included and that is accounted for when conducting studies and when introducing statistics. Absolutely. That is accounted for.
Okay, so
We
now let's
understand there can be this
okay,
outlier that lied on a study. We understand that that is a possibility, but it is
okay,
more likely than not that most people don't like. So in that
okay,
instance, if you that's why you can just do like usually you would do statistics with a reasonable population like selection, right? Like you don't
hmm
just use like 5 people from the same household. You try to get a very broad you have broad variables, so the margin of error is not going to be as grand as maybe in a non-accounted population.
okay, and so now I'm glad you said that. Now let's build off of that, right? With that being said, and with the whole premise of this whole panel right now, right? It's not as exposed of that margin of error, correct? If there's a
No,
margin of error, it's not as exposed, correct?
I no, it's not. It is exposed. It is quite literally is exposed. It
It's
quite
not.
literally
When it
is.
comes to
Yes, it
statistics and
is.
studies, the
Why
margin
do
of
I
error
know
is
about it?
never
No,
exposed. It's
you
not.
don't read studies. That's your problem. You don't read
That's
statistics
what
because
you're
then you
seeing.
would know it.
Your
Then you
whole
would know about it.
conversation is about studies and what
No, it's
women been
not
through
because
versus
I
the men.
understand. I have literally never denied that there can be women that are using those tactics. I understand that that there is not every single man that is using deception to gain access to women. I understand that. That's why I don't use certain language. Like I use very specific language. I say predominantly and I say majority and I say disproportionately affected by something.
If you, I just want to make a PSA right quick. If you're trying to dox me on my personal life, you can try all you
Who's
want to.
doing that?
You can try all you want to, but you
Wait,
won't
who's
get
doing
very
that?
far.
Who's doing that?
Annie, but like you can keep trying, but trust me, you won't get very far with that. So you can try,
Ooh.
but you can.
Okay, we don't do that here. So
Yeah,
whoever's
you can
doing
try to
that,
steal
we
my
don't do.
personal life all you want to, man, but you won't get very far. Trust me.
Nobody.
That's a
Okay,
fight. That's a
I
fight
made
you
this
don't
really
want to.
clear.
That's a
Okay, I'm
fight
making this
you
really
don't want
clear
to
now
go
as
up
the
right now.
co-host. We don't do this in this community.
Yeah, it's public information, but if you're gonna go to my personal life, make sure you get it right. So you can keep trying. I embrace you to keep searching my personal life, and you found out what you're looking for. You don't want to go up that alley. I'm telling you right now.
All right, so somebody's just saying that it's the website in your bio. So
Yeah, it's personal, but like I said, if you're gonna promote my website, make sure you speak facts. Just saying.
okay, well, it just seems to be something that is linked to your profile. Like that's not doxing.
Okay, so um, I just want to say because I really have to go, and I've really enjoyed this conversation. I'll like to keep it going at some point, but because like I said, I'm a person. I'm not going to berate you or your opinions or your beliefs or what you believe in. You're entitled to that, just as am I. But like I said, I hold space and I hold grace to learn and educate. There's some things you taught me today that okay, maybe I shouldn't say or do. But my only thing is, and I invite you to do the same thing, is for you not to be so harsh and try to be so understanding as well. And I understand that a lot of what y'all are saying, y'all have a
No,
point.
I prefer not to be nice. I'm gonna tell you this because I know that women are expected to be nice and opposition is trying to be
No,
just
I'm
nice to
not.
the bigot.
No, it's
No,
not.
I'm telling you, this is
No,
what I'm telling you.
I'm not
When I
asking you
came
to
to
be
this
nice.
app, when I came to this app, I was a very understanding and kind and sweet person. I listened to people's life experience. And you know what I noticed? That it doesn't make a fucking difference because they're going to go on and spew the same fucking bullshit, the same false information, the same victim blaming bullshit that they did the other day in my life. So me being understanding doesn't make a difference. And now what I found more pleasure in is actually being fucking disgusting and nasty to them, because at the very least, I can embarrass them publicly for having certain attitudes that are categorically incorrect, not academically backed, and also rooted in misogyny, bigotry, racism, or whatever the fuck we're talking about. And I feel better about that.
But does that help your cause at all?
Yes, because I'm not gonna beg on my knees to care about women. If somebody wants to be a feminist, they should be a feminist out of the compassion. Me saying that women are being slut shamed publicly should be enough for you to be like, hey, that's not good, okay? Like, I don't need to be, oh, please care about me, please. Like, I don't care if you don't care about me. If I need to make it about you, then I don't fucking care. Then that's fine. I'm not gonna sell out marginalized people. I'm not gonna sell out Black people. I'm not gonna sell out Indigenous people, women, etc., just because it is not as palatable. It doesn't make you feel good. It's not for your ego. Being an ally or being somebody that cares about a cause is not about you. It's not about me that I care about like marginalized groups. It is not about me ever. Never will be.
Understood. And like I said, like I said, I want to thank Alina. Is that right? I don't want to mispronounce your name.
It is Alina.
Okay, so thank you so much for bringing me on the panel right now. I just seen a comment that I'm not really cool with or comfortable with. I'll screenshot that and message you on the back end. But at this point, I don't feel safe with that person just said. So I'm gonna jump away before it gets any more. But I definitely will follow you so I can keep the conversation going and learn or not learn or kind of give you my opinion. But thank you so much for bringing me up and doing this thing. So I really appreciate you.
Okay. Talk to you later, I guess. Okay. Hey Saucy, do you disagree with the background?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, cool. Which one did you want to talk about?
All right, I'm
USA
back.
doesn't like women. I mean, I don't know what that means.
If you're confused what that means, like, why did you join?
Well, I don't think that countries can have attitudes. I just
Oh, really? So that's what you think it is? Do you think that we're talking about the landmass? Or do you think we're talking about the establishment? Like the systems that are within the landmass? Like, which one do you think?
I mean, maybe you're talking about like the government or something. I mean, maybe.
No, I'm actually talking about the Grand Canyon. I'm talking about the sandy beaches of Hawaii to the
I'm not
rocky
gonna lie,
shores
like
of
Florida,
Hawaii.
the shape of Florida, very
Yeah,
misogynistic.
that one is so misogynistic. Really fucking hates my guts. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, if that's the case, then I just need an argument for that.
It's literally deemed landmass that has an attitude against women. That's the argument.
Oh, well, let me hear it.
Like,
Oh,
for
Kristen.
example, the continent of Europe, that one on the other hand is very kind to women. Like it's something about like the Italy shape, like the boot is just very pro women to me.
I agree.
Great. Okay, so now we're done being obtuse. What's your argument against the prompt?
Oh, I don't see any systems in the country that have any sort of disdain for women or are led by anyone with that disdain.
It would be social, economic, and political attitudes that are disproportionately affecting women in a negative way.
Well, just because something disproportionately affects you doesn't mean it's driven by dislike of you. I mean, surely you agree.
I clearly meant negative effects. I don't know if you want to keep playing like the stupid game, but I'm literally okay. So now that we know that we're both not stupid, I can hold myself in a conversation.
Just because just because the system has
I'm not
disproportionate
saying that
negative
women are
effects on you.
Yeah,
doesn't
okay.
mean
When
it's
I
driven by
say
dislike.
okay, I'm just gonna make this really clear, okay, just for you, one more time. When I say that the USA doesn't like women, and there's effects that disproportionately affect women, I'm not saying that women get disproportionate amounts of chocolate chip cookies. I'm saying that they're experiencing a disproportionate amount of oppression. Okay, now that we cleared that up, Pookie, go ahead.
Oh yeah. So I'm just gonna repeat what I said. Just because you're experiencing disproportionate amounts of negative effects doesn't mean it's driven by people disliking you.
Okay, so if you see like your loved ones being affected by something negatively, and you can intervene and you can do something about it and you can compensate with certain acts and actions, do you think you have an obligation to do so?
No.
No, okay, so then you don't like your family member. That's my statement.
No,
Like if
whether or
we're
not
just
I like
fundamentally
them.
disagreeing about that, that's fine.
Hold on. Just because I don't have an obligation doesn't mean I don't like
This
them,
does
because I
sound like
still
the same guy
would.
from earlier.
It
I'm just not
is.
obligated.
I do think that you are socially obligated to the people that you love and like to do things that are good for them, or to at least intervene harm.
No, that's
Absolutely.
fantastic.
Like
Go ahead and give the
if that's
argument
like
for
just
that.
gonna be a meta debate, I'm not interested. Like if you want to be again obtuse,
Please don't
that's
use
fine.
terms you don't understand. I have no patience with morons invoking terms they don't understand. So please don't invoke the term meta,
desire.
because you
I
have
don't have a
absolutely no
desire
idea
to
what the
do
word
this like
means.
fucking
So
semantics
just go ahead and
game.
give the
I think
argument for how you're obligated. And all an argument is going to
fucking
be is a
understands what
series
I
of
mean.
premises that
Everybody
follow a
knows
valid
what I
rule of
understand.
inference
Yeah, okay,
that
alright, that's
necessarily
fine.
lead to the
Yeah, that's
conclusion
right.
that you have an
That's right. That's
obligation.
right.
So go ahead and
Anyway,
give
so I
premise
think
one.
that every single person that is
Look,
not
I don't know if you're
interfering with
If it's the same
I
guys
don't think
before,
that
he was
I
paid to kick
told you you're
anyways.
going.
he was paid to kick. Okay.
So he doesn't
That's
believe
fine.
in revoking consent, I guess. That's crazy. Hi, Kristen. How are you? I'm a ghost, actually.
Yeah, I know.
You can't
Kristen's
see
probably
me.
not answering
I'm
because
sitting at
she's
my
like
desk.
scared.
Literally sitting at my desk right now. But you guys can't see me.
Mm-hmm.
How does that feel?
Can I ask a question?
That I'm watching y'all, but you can't see me.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
Yo, what's up? Can I ask a question real quick?
It just sounds like the same person again.
No, but they were in request as well, so.
Oh, okay.
Wait, can I ask a question?
Can I ask a question?
Sorry, repeating the question doesn't actually answer it. Maybe a little confused. So when someone asks
Ew.
a yes or no question, typically you're going to either say
Ew.
yes or no. That, or maybe you could
Ew.
clarify some question. Maybe you have like some clarifying question about the meaning of, the terms being used
When
here.
was the last time you blew your
So if that's the
nose?
case, you could go ahead and deliver the.
So if that's the case, that seems to be the case.
When was the last time you blew your nose?
It seems to be the case. It seems to be the
Do you
case. I
think
have
that
a stick up my ass right now.
abortion? Do you think that the country not allowing abortion is the type of thing that means they don't like women?
No.
No.
Nope.
So you have no issue with like abortion bans?
No, I have an issue with reproductive freedom, limiting of reproductive health and reproductive freedom.
Why so?
Because I do.
No, I'm asking for the causal explanation. I'm not asking you to restate.
The causal explanation.
Yeah, I don't.
You just have to pluck your nose, Alina. And then
Yeah,
you can get the look.
I don't participate with people that can't breathe out of both nostrils. I'm ableist. I'm ableist in that way. I'm ableist in that way. W. Ravi really, listen, y'all. I want every single person to say W. Ravi, because W. Ravi has saved us from 3 god awful Philbros. Well, actually no. Jose wasn't a Philbro. He was just dumb.
He was just dumb. So if I plug my nose, then I can also sound like a Philbro. So it seems to be the case that if you just talk fast, it doesn't make you smart.
What is the causal obligation? Do you believe that abortion bans are an issue? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I just want to know. I just want a metaphysical and epistemological explanation for this, okay? Like, literally. Like, shut up.
Funny enough, I hear that all of them met Ben Shapiro at one of those asthma camps, and it just went from there. It was really cute.
Well, Kristen, did you hear that I want to go back and get my master's or PhD, and I'm going to be studying the effects of lack of oxygen to the brain and how that correlates to misogyny and racism, because every single fucking one of these people can't breathe out of their nose. So I think there's something there.
I think also there must be like a study somehow that what it does to your brain if you suck the fart out of Ben Shapiro's butt. Like there must be something going on.
Oh, see, I thought it was when you sucked on your mom's titties for so long that she ran out of milk and you're just trying to breathe in air for 4 years.
No, I think it's really I don't know. I do want a study done on my theory. Really needs to happen.
Big W to Charmaine sent 60 to save us. So we got ladies, you each have a kick in the pocket. I'll give it up to you guys.
just gonna give mine to Kiara. She's more effective with them.
No, that's okay because I usually never use them unless somebody's like
Blissful, that's totally different. I know that you're doing everything possible to make sure that you can breathe out of your nose.
No, it's more of a choice. It's because I don't know, you just don't sound as, I don't know, like I said, as if you sucked the fart out of Ben Shapiro's, but
like his cheeks are so clamped. I don't even know if he can release himself. Everyone keeps saying we need to watch Harry's new video. I don't follow Harry, so like
Yeah, I don't either. What's
somebody
it
give
about?
me like the rundown, please. I just don't want to. I don't want to watch it myself.
Well, I guess it's better for us to watch it together here, so it's just one view. Let's see. Let me get the window capture up. Hold on, let me fix this. Sorry, y'all. I should have said jump scare. I apologize.
How does he have like as many followers as GT? That ain't right.
It's
I want to talk openly and honestly about this entire controversy that has exploded in the past week. First and foremost, I want to start by saying I fucked up. I should have told the people I was talking to that there were other people, and of course I regret that decision and I've reflected on it a lot and I'm learning and going to be better in the future. Now, what I will say is that this entire situation has been blown wildly out of proportion by MAGA Republicans to further their political agenda.
Hey, we're
like,
Republicans
we all know
now.
that they don't actually care about this. They just hate me. That's why they care. I mean, when has MAGA ever?
He didn't have an issue with going on Twitter with MAGA Republicans yesterday.
About the situation, so I want to set the record straight. I was not in a relationship with anyone. I wasn't exclusive with anyone. I never met anybody in person. I never spoke to anybody on the phone, and it was done.
Yeah, because you chickened out every single time you had the opportunity.
That's it. It was a very casual thing. Additionally, we as Democrats have to get better at recognizing someone who makes a mistake and can learn from that mistake, and someone who does actual harm to a community. We cannot, as a party, just attack and demonize people who make mistakes, people who are learning from their
Part of
actions.
learning
If
is
we
taking
ever wanna hold
accountability.
office ever again and actually win an election, our umbrella should be as wide as possible, and we shouldn't be trying to silence
He definitely,
people,
his daddy's PR team finally jumped in, y'all.
And the final thing I'll say about this
Daddy paid for a PR
campaign. Private text messages, private photos of me, intimate details about
private
me
photos.
that intended to stay private without my knowledge or consent.
Yeah, I did not see any
I didn't
private
consent
photos.
to any of that. A complete violation of my privacy. And I think that regardless of your political beliefs,
you feel violated?
you can agree that that's wrong.
How's that feel?
I certainly wouldn't do that to somebody, and I know you wouldn't either. One thing I'm particularly proud of my generation for doing is moving past this idea that we should idolize politicians beyond their impact. However, I'd like to look at
But it's okay. It's okay for people to idolize you, though,
politics becomes a
right?
game of pointing out any small mistake someone makes.
That's not a
we are
small
putting
mistake.
Our feelings above what truly matters. How we are all impacted.
Small mistake
by the
is
actions of
don't
others.
matter.
forgetting to
I'll
call
leave it with this.
to
I have
call
some
your
bad
girlfriend.
news for MAGA. I know they thought they could use this situation to try to take me down or silence me, but that was never going to work. I'm still going to be vocal about the things I care about and fight for the things I care about. And if that upsets
I never
MAGA,
noticed his
then
bald spot
so be it.
up top.
I want to talk openly and honestly about this entire
Y'all see
controversy
that?
that has exploded in the past
It's
week.
so
First
loud.
and foremost, I want to start
And
by
all he has
saying
to do is
I
part
fucked
his hair
up.
to the
I
other
should have told
side,
the people I was talking
and it would be
to
gone.
that
But
there
like,
were
how do you not
other
see that?
people, and of course,
That's
I
what it
regret
is.
that
Like this
decision,
is
and I've
this is what
reflected on it a
blew
lot,
MAGA
and
is to
I'm
me.
learning and going to be better in
You
the
know
future.
how
Now, what I
the right is the what about Biden?
Mm-hmm.
That's him doing like, see the MAGA people are now like tanking this and using it as political game. We can't take any accountability really because it will actually hurt our cause.
Mm-hmm.
What a way to like distract yourself from like being the main like issue, because I think if you think that right now is the time even to put anything under the rug, you're out of your mind. Like we're literally just a couple months into the presidential election. Like there's nothing that you would have to do or say that would affect like the future elections for the Democrats. Like that's so fucking weird.
And he still hasn't taken accountability. Like he said, like, yeah, oh, I fucked up, but that's not taking accountability. He's not saying that he's going to step back and learn from the communities he's hurt. He's not taking a step back he just literally said, what about me? What about what they did to me? Ugh, gross. Tomato, tomato, tomato. By the way, Sarah, if you are not in the Discord yet, you should be. They gifted you a sub, so make sure you hit the star and enter the Discord. It's a safe place for you to talk your shit.
Oh, we talked so much shit too.
Just once you get in, you just make a ticket, and then we'll accept you.
Just once you get in, you just make a ticket.
Oh, and then we'll accept. I'm still mad that my camera's not here because you guys couldn't see my face while we were watching that video.
That is a shame for all of us. Hi, Drea.
Hi, did that make the echo go away? I'm so sorry.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. I hate when that happens. I was just talking last night with one of my friends who she does a lot of studying in like intersectional feminism work, and I just kind of noticed how this behavior can like kind of lead down to a pipeline that like Alina was talking about with like some of her favorite band members that I also know and like all-time low type band members of like behavior that can become more dangerous in the pet taken care of lane. Because I don't know if I can say that word on live, but I just wanted to call out the signs should be acknowledged because I see a lot of similar ones.
Yeah. Hold on one second. Sarah, when you hit the star, go to I think benefits tab, and it should say connect your Discord. If you don't see that, then that means someone gifted you a basic sub, and I gotta see how we can fix that.
Yeah, if you're struggling at all, we do have a tech team. Josiah Tech Cat, if you're in here. Thickless, if you're in here. They don't get paid, but we still use them, so.
Because they're men, so.
Equity. Love
Yeah.
you, women. It's reparations in general.
Can we gift? Is it possible to give someone a sub when they got a basic sub?
No.
Hey, baby.
Hold on, let me see if she has a basic sub or a standard. Oh, I can't see that on my end.
I don't know, can I see that? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Just shoot me a message. We'll figure it out. Because I want you in there. What's up?
My bassinet came.
Ooh, wonderful.
I'm gonna set it up and show you.
My incubator came.
It did?
Yeah, the rescue. So while I was gone, they picked up Croqueta. I'm fighting back the tears. I had her say goodbye to Mao and everything. She's heading to Vermont to enjoy her beautiful life in her beautiful house. And they brought me the incubator. Y'all, this thing is so fucking big. And my husband still doesn't know that they brought it here. It is huge. Apparently they make smaller ones, but the one, it's fucking huge. I don't know where I'm going to put it.
Like, is it your desk size?
I would say it's at least 36 inches long.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun.
All my Amazon orders came. I want to do a little promo for our Discord really quick because we have some fun stuff going on, okay? So Alina came up with the great idea to do some shopping recommendations and stuff as well. And I'm not somebody who easily just like tries to influence somebody, but if you ever wanted to a hoodie that hoodies, I don't know how else to describe it, like, you know how men hoodies are so great? I found the one and it's on sale. So if you're part of our Discord, it will be in our recommendations. I'm gonna show you really quick because I got a new color. Hold on.
I just need you guys to see this next guest username. You gotta read the whole thing.
I can't see it all. My mod stuff has been weird lately. I just
Isn't he a good friend of our fellow Erica and Ren?
I'm not sure.
I feel like I see him on their panel a lot.
Oh my god, Kiara, you're so cute. Also, Andrew Scott Bell, my favorite composer. Yeah, DM me. I'll give you more of a rundown. It's a lot.
It
Where's
is in the
Where's Eric on
recommendation.
Run?
Yeah, good question. Common Sense 6. How you doing today?
You gotta read the
Good,
whole username.
good. So who know me? Everybody's saying that's Coach.
Oh yeah, I knew it. Hey, Coach.
Hi, Coach. How you doing?
Good. This friendly.
Huh?
This TikTok friendly for Trump, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we're very friendly
Oh
to
wow! No
super
wonder
friendly to
y'all
Trump
so
supporters.
peaceful.
Yeah.
Wow.
Why is it? Because the Democrats are not friendly to you?
Oh wow! I don't even want to hardly think about Democrats now because they real mean. And you know they supposed to be for minorities, right? They pretend, but they the biggest racists.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I saw them. They had a white tea. Is it good to say white tea or what? Because I know they offend some people. I don't want to say the same things what they say. I could say white, right?
I think the only reason why they say to say YT is because the TikTok algorithm it picks up on certain words.
TikTok. Okay,
It's a TikTok thing. It's not because it offends anyone. I don't think.
Okay, so I'll stick to the TikToks. But this YT woman came on there and they was just bashing Trump, bashing.
That's
Oh, he's
crazy.
Swiss. And she joined in, right?
Why would they do that?
But that's how Democrats do.
Oh.
Yeah, that's all they do. They just bash Trump, he the worst president. And so she tried to put her 2 cents in, right? And she said, well, I hate Trump so much that I married a black man. And Lord have mercy.
That is
Everything, they attack, they call her a B, WHORE. I mean, they went off on her.
Someone
Now
go
she a
get Erica
liberal.
right now.
Huh?
Erica.
No, nothing. So she's a liberal?
Yeah, she a liberal and they ran her off. She went to tears.
Wow.
They offended her so much.
That's crazy.
And so I jump on there. I say, why y'all doing this lady like this? And boy, the curse words and the Uncle Sambo and Stephen from the Django and all these terms they got for me. I mean, and then they blocked me off there.
Wow.
Can I ask you if they called you an Uncle Ruckus?
Oh yeah, that's one of their favorite terms. And I'm a disgrace to my race and you know, I mean, I done heard it all. And you know, I have thick skin because, you know, I'm a retired teacher.
Oh.
And I worked in the inner city and you know, you have to be tough.
Were you allowed to use corporal punishment?
Oh yeah, when I first started off and back in 1977, we still had corporate punishment down here in
W.
Florida.
Robbie.
W. Robbie. Thank you,
Wow,
Robbie.
they sent her all the galaxies. That's good.
That's crazy that he didn't send you one though. That's wild. I don't know why.
No, I don't need it because one thing, I don't know how to accept them and I don't know how to give out.
That's crazy because that means you probably have $1,000 just sitting in your TikTok account. You don't even know about it.
No, I don't think so.
If it goes over 100, you got to claim it on your taxes.
You can put that on your teacher retirement fund.
I don't think they gave me anything because they be throwing me off here too much. You know,
I can't imagine why you would get thrown off of people's panel. That's crazy.
Oh, wow. You know, because if I say things like, you know, a boy can become a girl.
Oh.
Oh, boy. You
What?
homophobic. You transphobic. I mean, they go after me. But, you know, that's why
Can I ask you if you normally spend a lot of time thinking about what's inside of children's pants? I think that's a little strange.
I spend
As a former teacher, that's I think very strange.
No, the thing is that I took biology.
So did I.
I have a Bachelor of Science degree
So do I.
from Florida A&M University.
Mm-hmm.
So your idea, even though, so are you opposition or what?
What do you mean?
Or you MAGA too?
No, I mean, I wouldn't call myself MAGA, no.
I'm
But
part
you
of MAGA.
conservative, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm very conservative.
I like
Okay,
to
see,
conserve the WNBA personally.
okay, so
I do always feel like we're a news team that gets to pivot over and go, Drea for sports.
Because that's exactly what this is.
That's literally what it feels like.
well, you know I'm a retired teacher, coach. I'm a
Mhm.
retired PE teacher.
Weird, me too.
Okay, so you know
What part
where I
of
stand.
your science degree
Health and
led
physical
to
education.
you? Okay, that's interesting.
But I wouldn't let and see y'all say y'all know where I was headed, right? We
Yeah.
had
Hey, coach, I have a question really quick. How do Canadians pronounce about again? I forgot.
W. Claire.
about again.
Yeah, how do they pronounce about?
I don't think he knows.
I thought they announced it just like Americans
No,
say.
they say a boot.
Oh.
It's so great if that lands in. That was cute.
W. Claire.
That was a good one. Ooh, I got a new glitter. I'm like looking for the best eye glitter ever, and I think
And
I
you didn't
found
ask me? That's crazy.
That is crazy, but also, what is
it. I
it?
did ask you. You
Also,
already did.
I'm literally sitting here at my desk and y'all can't see me. That's crazy.
That is
I don't
crazy.
understand what's happening with my camera.
Can you show us, Kiara? And also, do y'all have recommendations for a freckle pen? Because I really want one.
My genetics.
God, so
Yeah, I don't believe in freckle makeup. Only because I think I don't know. I think it's a little strange to have makeup that looks like skin damage. I don't know.
That's fair. Except for I have freckles. It's just like they never show through like my matter makeup, and so I want to feel more like myself.
I also think it's very. I think it's strange when people tan like a lot. Like when people are intentionally tan a fuck ton. I think that's also.
You know why you find that uncomfortable?
Well, I know why, and I've done a video about why, and people like had a fit.
Yeah, I especially when somebody is excessively using their self tanner, like to like.
Yeah.
So if you're going 6 shades down, I have a question. Like I really do. Also, why are you white supremacist at the same time?
What package are you looking for?
It was a package that delivered in a white bag.
Chair,
From where?
Kristen, check the Discord for what I was like trying to say. I don't want to like say it exactly because
No. I'm just kidding. Here, it's right over here.
I don't explain it.
I know you're a Temu addict now.
No, it's not about that. It's about the fucking bullshit that I got going on at fucking work. You have no idea. There's still no electricity over there.
I do
I've
have
been
an
on
idea.
12 fucking phone calls in the last 2 minutes.
Open your Temu package. Remember when we had the storms yesterday, y'all? His job lost power, so literally his entire workday was dealing with an entire kitchen of spoiled food and trying to get power back. He's very grumpy. Still a Temu addict.
Drea, which thread?
The live stream costs.
Because I just saw the saucy thing and I can't.
You saw the what thing?
Someone thinks that putting it like a girl putting in a tampon is sex.
What?
Yeah, what?
Oh, that was taught a lot at private schools, especially like in Illinois. My roommate actually was taught that. I had to teach her how to like use one when she got to college. So I like got like a water bottle and a tampon, obviously, and I had to show her.
Here's how like fucking shamed girls are. I remember the first time I tried to use when my mom was not home. I didn't know you didn't keep the applicator in. It was so painful.
Okay, I'm pretty sure maybe it's just like maybe it's just something that I was just never aware of, but I don't think we have applicators in Germany.
Yeah, no, I just found that out. What is wrong with y'all?
I don't know how I don't know how you would use one of those.
What do you
Applicators for what?
We have those here too, Kiara. It's just like
Tampon.
not our norm.
I just don't. Okay, firstly, I'm not a tampon girl. I just.
Oh, I had no idea what you guys were talking
Crazy.
about. Straight
I
up.
hate the toxic shocks. Oh, sorry, Elena. What did you say?
No, I had no idea what you guys were talking about.
And
So
I said tampons.
Tampons.
In Europe, they don't have applicators. They
I
just
don't know
have the
if it's-
cotton, Alina.
I don't know if it's just Europe or it's just Germany, but we don't have
It's
that.
all over Europe. I looked it up like literally yesterday. I was so freaked out.
Okay. Well, do you not wash your hands after you go use the restroom?
I do, but
Okay.
still.
Well, then case closed. Maybe it's this whole stigma around period blood and stuff.
I don't like any blood.
I'll use a menstrual cup too. It doesn't bother me to touch it. I just wash my hands right after.
I just hate blood. Like I don't like it when. Okay, one time, I'm.
Yeah, we're in a
leaped out.
subwave. Did you guys know?
What?
Ooh,
we're in a
everyone
subwave.
sub to Alina.
It's the best thing you'll ever do in your entire life.
Alina, everyone wants to know which video is the tanning one.
Oh gosh, it was ages ago, y'all. I'll drop it in the Discord.
You
It's
won't drop
one
it
that
in
I
the
did in my car, but it was a while ago.
Haley said, "It's so dry though."
It's so dry.
Without an applicator, yeah, I don't understand how it works. I tried. It just I don't
Why?
know.
What do you mean dry?
Like how do you, I don't
It's
you
blood.
know what? Let me think on
Is
this
there no
one.
blood? Okay.
Apple Osodum, subscribe so you can join the Discord then. Sorry to interrupt.
I gotta show you guys. What I love is that he was so concerned about finding his package, but did not notice the massive incubator he walked by.
He never notices. It's
I'll
amazing.
show you guys.
What's in the package? What is he looking for? Oh, that's huge.
Oh my gosh.
You look like it looks like one of those giant like tube suckers from the bank. Like what?
Yeah, it's a lot.
You could keep a lot of tampons in there.
I don't even know where I'm gonna put it.
I feel like that could double as like one of those things that dries your acrylic nails too. That's good. Oh, Nicholas, if that's an iron lung. Perfect.
Apparently, it also like gives humidity and stuff. I just need to go get distilled water. And then I asked, how do I know if he's over toasted? I don't think that's the right question to ask, but
How many can you put in there at once?
oh, you can have an entire litter. It's huge.
I wasn't sure because, like, you know, like how like there's like different size ones for humans, but like
Yeah.
technically you're supposed to just have one in there either way.
This thing is bigger than a baby incubator.
Okay, that makes sense. The last time I've been next to one, I was inside of it myself, so I cannot remember.
Yeah, I would hope that you don't remember that. That would be wild.
Also,
In a
Alina,
spaceship.
I was in Reggie's live earlier, and Paige was up there, and she goes, "You know what's so funny is Kristen really hates dad jokes." The chat erupted with, "You're thinking of Alina. Kristen's the one who's the cause." Just thought you'd appreciate that.
My favorite thing in the world is going into a live, which is what I did today, and being like, "Is Kiara here?" When she's like on the panel.
I was
My
like, I
favorite
was confused. Like, I thought it might be like the TikTok glitch where you don't see the guest panel. So I was like, I'm right here, Pookie. What's up?
Even if I didn't see you, like I know your voice.
And then she texted me right after. I was like, damn, this is either like a terrible goodbye letter or you actually like have like an emotional outburst right now. It's like, I just love you so much. You're such a good friend. I'm like, damn, what's going on here? Are you saying goodbye?
How do I know if he's fully toasted?
Have you taken his temperature again?
Last
Have
time I
you
took
tried to
temperature,
reset
it
him?
said low. Didn't even register.
Like maybe you put a s'more in there with it and just see which one's ready first.
Well, that's a good idea.
Or you can lay in there with him.
Okay, now it's reading his temperature, so that's good. We've toasted a little bit more.
Everyone, do me a giant favor, and Eddie, where possible, comment on the WNBA's official accounts. Do not draft Sedona Prince. Thank you.
All right, so 98.9. He needs to get up to 100 at least. You heard that, bud? You need to be a little toastier. Please and thank you.
It's gonna happen shortly. He's gonna get so warm.
I really like thinking that both you and Parker's are just incubating cute things all the time.
If somehow this cat makes it, like, I don't know what to say about that.
Can I be candid?
I know what you're gonna say. Don't say
I
it.
cried. I cried a lot.
Oh no. I thought you were gonna say that I should adopt him or let Mal adopt him.
No, I was gonna tell you, yeah, I cried a lot.
Today?
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
I get message. And I was like, I shouldn't tell Alina this. I feel like that'd be centering.
I was literally like sending that message to you guys was like devastating.
Well, she allowed me to call her in between cries, so that was very nice.
Yeah. That was very considerate of me.
Mm-hmm.
And then you tried to make me cry.
I at this point, and I'm just gonna be so for real. If I let this like close to me, it will kill me. I'm still postpartum. Like I literally can't. So I just have to act like it doesn't bother me, or I will fold 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
We can't do it. One of us has to be strong.
So all my freaking zombie towns, I keep losing all my people, and I'm so frustrated.
I
keep
here.
Dying.
Well, I'm clearly the strong one here. I will kick the zombies' asses. What are we talking about, though?
And then I told Pika about my situation. And instead of saying, you know what, let me go help you in your zombie game, Pika said, oh no, look how fun. Like, that means you can attack from any angle, make a difference. Okay, thanks. It's obviously not working.
Yo, Pika, will you send me this game or like tell me where to find it?
State of Decay 2.
Like, where is it on Steam?
No.
Well, damn it.
Well, it's Xbox Pass, I believe. That's
Nicholas, are you in here? Do we have that?
I think you said you guys do.
I know
we
have
still
it.
need 3 subs. I don't know how Drea's glowing review did not get those 3 subs for us. That's crazy.
If y'all don't sub right now, I'm just gonna
But
start talking about men's
if it's on
sports.
Steam, but does that mean like we can play together even though?
Well, I'll be over at Theocola's on Friday.
What do you mean you have Game Pass? That
Why
means
does he have
y'all
to
both.
distinct- Oh, I'm muting him.
I don't like that.
Yeah, me neither.
Pika said something. Pika said it's on Game Pass and on Steam.
Yeah, but does that mean we can play together if I'm on Steam?
Oh, you really
and they're
did
on
mute
Game
him. That's
Pass?
crazy.
Oh, absolutely. If he has to, it's when he like the same thing when he's like, "Oh, well, she's not my wife; she's my partner." I'm like,
yeah.
But then didn't deny that he was married to Alina.
Yeah, no kidding.
That was funny.
Log into my account. Oh, that's it. That's it. Okay.
Why have Game Pass? That's what it sounded like, right?
You're out.
You don't have Game Pass. That's what he was saying.
I don't know why he does. That's so mean.
Yeah, I don't like that. Gee, Snooks. Is that your first comment of the day? No more friendlies, Pika. We have too many friendlies. No one. We need to.
I can
People for
drop.
us to eat.
Sorry. I was just gonna say I could drop.
I'm trying to stay on topic here.
Oh no, like I mean, if you wanted to like redirect, I can drop.
Well, this is also G Snook's fault because G Snooks also knows that I was struggling, and I've been inviting both G Snooks and Pika to play and help me. I am one of the friendlies, but that's because my camera's not working. So I'm literally sitting at my desk, but you can't see me.
Why are all the men fucking coming to Thickless's? Like, what?
Jess, I didn't invite you because you didn't friend request me, so I don't have you as a friend.
Oh,
I gave you guys my little tag thing.
Tech Cat, can you help Sarah with Discord, Tech Cat, please? I don't know how to help people because I couldn't get in without being helped.
This is so chaotic. Should we just restart on your phone, Alina?
Yeah, we can do that.
All
If
right,
people
let's
want to
do
come
it.
back.
All right.
All
No
right.
squirreling.
No squirreling.